they are the bad news bears. No lie, they stink. And Eberflus thinking he didn't do anything wrong was laughable. And the press conference was a comedy show. Play that. I'll play it again tomorrow night. We'll call it Saturday Night Live. It'll be the funniest thing you hear all weekend.
The fact that he didn't own that in the press conference was just it was mind blowing to me. I mean,
I couldn't wait to talk to you today. You and Zayd, I couldn't wait.
Let's get your take on Caleb Williams. How is he doing for you as a Bears fan? And is it on the head coach? Just real quick, give us a quick take on Caleb Williams thus far.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the first half, I don't think we had a first down, like literally in the first half. We had 0 first downs. I mean, it was absolutely insane. Then you come out in the second half and you look at what Caleb Williams does, like 3 touchdowns, throwing the ball everywhere, making plays, scrambling. I think it was the play calling and the coaching from day one. Like you can't throw out a rookie quarterback, have the worst play calling, the worst offensive scheme, and think he's just going to be successful. This is a guy that clearly has talent. I think we could all agree here that Williams does have talent. And I think with the right coaching, it doesn't even have to be good coaching. Just give him average coaching and give that offense, average, just a regular scheme, and they'll be successful. I think DJ Moore looks well. I think the whole entire offense was clicking towards the end of the game. Like you guys all said, the worst clock management. I said a couple weeks ago, we find different ways to lose. And, we just keep finding different ways. I mean, this was the worst possible way I could ever see us losing. Worse than the Hail Mary. I truly believe it was worse than the Hail Mary. Because we have no idea what we're doing with the timeout. I mean, guys, it was the worst Thanksgiving I've ever seen in my life for Chicago Bears fans. People are ready to jump off cliffs. They're ready to jump off buildings. I mean, it's unbelievable. I think Eberflus has to take cover when he gets back here. And he's back here. I think he has to take cover.
He's got to just move out of the state and never come back. Because you're right. That was probably one of the most embarrassing losses that I've ever seen. I had secondhand embarrassment. Me and my boys were watching the game. I'm like, wow, the Bears might go down and win it. At worst, we're going to overtime here. The overs, they all had the over. So they were like, okay, we're going to overtime no matter what we cash. And then that went down, and everyone was just like, what the hell just happened? All right, Zayd, thank you so much for joining us. Up next, it will be me and Marty. We're chatting NFL college football before we get Giovanna in at the 40-minute mark here on Sports Weekend, brought to you by
Superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take 1.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE Superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all gotta see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Few days and a buy 3 get 3 free offer? Dial this number and save it now.
800-229-8627. 800-229-8627. 800-229-8627. That's 800-229-8627. Paid for by the Pharmacy Shop.
Welcome back to Sports Weekend, here with your host, Tyler Levine, alongside Marty Terrell. Marty, we just wrapped this game up. We're going to get some live reactions here from you. The Chiefs 19, Raiders 17. The Raiders had a chance to win this game. They had the ball in field goal range. There was a flag that got thrown for an illegal shift, fumble. Chiefs recover. They narrowly hang on. Just a drive before this, by the way, mind you, Carlson missed a field goal, a second miss of the day. It was short and left. He would have had a third attempt to win the game. And the Chiefs now are 11-1. They're 6-0 at home. But, I mean, I don't care that they won this game. I don't care that they beat the Panthers last week. They should have handled business in these last 2 games. And, yes, they did with a win. They beat the Panthers by 3, and then they beat the Raiders by 2 the following week after coming off of a loss away at the Buffalo Bills. They play the Chargers next week. I'm very worried for this team. Let's hear your thoughts on the Chiefs.
I don't know if I'd say very worried, because there's just that division is theirs. I mean, it just is. Tyler, at 11-1, look, they're going to be the 1 seed in all probability. Even if they don't get the 1 seed, they're going to get home field throughout. I'm really not, or throughout the AFC at least. But listen, I'm not really. I wouldn't be overly concerned, but they're playing to the level of their competition. They're letting bad teams hang around. I mean, how can you not bury Carolina? I had some Chief fans say, "Well, the game was on the road." Well, hold on a minute. You could play that game you could play that game on Neptune, and you're going to beat that. I mean, the Panthers are horrible. The Raiders, other than the Bears, are the worst team in the NFL. I mean, the Raiders stink, and the owner, Mark Davis, who just peeled off 25% of the ownership, is the first one to tell you we stink. And I think Brady's probably going to revisit his ownership stake if he's got any brains.
The Chiefs' offensive line let up 4 or 5 sacks today.
Terrible.
I mean, that's going to be a problem because they don't have the weapons that they used to have. I mean, Kelsey had a great game today, but outside of that, he hasn't had a very remarkable season at all. Talking about this week coming up, next week they play the Chargers. The Chargers are playing a very good brand of football. They're 7-4, but they're very strong defensively. I think they could eat up this Chiefs offensive line for sure. They have great cornerbacks who can take away these kind of mid receivers outside of D-Hop, who's like 80 years old. And their offense is tearing it up. Are you, not to look too far ahead, is this a good spot for the Chargers, a good matchup?
It is, but I'm going to back up to what you said, because I think you captured the essence of the concern that people have for the Chiefs, and you went right to the offensive line. And that's where you cannot have your offensive line breaking down in December. As you move towards, November's movement month. What did Kansas City do to move in November? They solidified their status as the best team in the AFC for now. And December, when you're a division leader, then you want to stay healthy and protect your seed in your home field. I think they will accomplish that. But if you start to have deterioration, injuries mount, wear and tear overrun at the offensive line, a point of demarcation when the center snaps the football and when you got to control a line of scrimmage to win football games in the playoffs, huge concern. So I'll be honest with you. I wasn't paying that close of attention, but and I'll take your word because I think you're very, very astute on that. If that's where the problem is, Tyler, then I'm going to join you. I'm not going to be overly concerned, but I'll go up another level if the problem is in the offensive line, because any coach will tell you. Madden, his great teams, Belichick's great teams. Go back and look at the Patriots, the Niners, the Cowboys, the Niners, and all those teams in their heyday. What was one of their most dominant facets of the game? In the trenches, offensive line. And pass rush. So great point. Great point.
The Chiefs had 63 yards on the ground today and gave up 4 sacks. So that's, it's something for me just to keep an eye on as things progress, because you hit the nail on the head. When push comes to shove, if you have a lead late in the game in these playoff spots, for example, let's just hypothetically imagine the Bills get the ball back in that situation. The Raiders just drove down the field, and outside of a fluke fumble, were a field goal away from taking down Kansas City in their house. So home field advantage or not, if your offensive line can't establish the rush, if you're giving up sacks, if you're playing a defense that can take the weapons out of the game, because just calling it for what it is, the Chiefs don't really have that many offensive weapons anymore. The receivers are just kind of guys that Mahomes makes half decent. I'm not hitting the panic button yet, but I am a little concerned. A team that I think I had the panic button pulled out, in about week 6 for this team, the Dolphins. The formula to beat the Dolphins, I'll give it to you guys right here. You ready? Have a winning record, temperature below 60 degrees. If those two things, or they don't even have to be mutually exclusive. If it's one or the other, congrats.
100%. They go north of the Mason-Dixon line, and they beat nobody. They don't beat anybody. They just don't. And, I think it's in their head, because that should not be passed on from generation of Dolphin teams to Dolphin teams. You get my drift? But it does. It absolutely does. They pass it along. It's like in their DNA. The minute you put on a Dolphins powder blue or aqua uniform and a little orange and a little white, you throw that uniform on, guess what? You can't play if it goes above 32 degrees.
This game was over. This game was over as soon as they muffed that punt and the Packers scored. It wasn't even close. You didn't even have to pay attention. The Packers dominated the entire game. It wasn't even a fight. The score is even it was 30-17, and I'm even saying that's a deceiving scoreline. I am. It was. They had 3 points in the first half. The Dolphins. It was 24-3 at halftime. Game was over. The Packers kind of just eased up, and the ball off a lot, punt, play defense, and they scored 14 points in the second half. The Dolphins. Congratulations. Just a sorry effort. Under McDaniels, I believe they're 2-12 against teams with a winning record. Not even including playing in the cold. Just teams that are good, they don't beat. And the teams that they beat are the bad teams, and they don't even do it convincingly sometimes. So that's enough of that. We don't even have to touch on this Cowboys-Giants game. Cowboys win 27-20. Drew Lock was terrible. The Giants are bad. It's time to, for me, tank, draft a quarterback. It would be great if we had all 30 picks in the first round, and even if we had that, I don't think we'd be a competent football team the way things are. GM's got to get fired for me. It's just it's a bad situation in New York. I
just want to say one thing before we head to break. What's going to be interesting, though? I'm hoping Daniel Jones gets a crack in Minnesota, and I'm not trying to rub it in, Tyler. Can you imagine? Just imagine if Darnold goes down and they hand the ball to Daniel Jones, and he just turns into the Daniel Jones that the Giants picked number 6.
Here's what's going to happen. The Vikings are going to continue to play the way they have until the postseason. Darnold will, and obviously I don't hope this happens, Darnold will go down in the first quarter of a game in the playoffs. Daniel Jones will come in, he'll win that playoff game. Darnold will come back and, whatever. But that's what's going to happen. And I said that I had this whole conversation this week. We got a couple minutes before break. I want to get into this real quick before
let's do it.
Before we have Giovanni on and talk some college football. Daniel Jones, the only reason I think that people really associate him with being really bad is because he got paid $140 million. If Daniel Jones were to have gotten a $30 million, $40 million, $50 million contract and played this way, everyone would be saying, yeah, he's not great, but he's not like the worst quarterback ever. It's because he got paid that amount, and because he got paid $106 million over his 6 years with the Giants, that's why people think he's that bad. This move for the Vikings, for me, is excellent. You just brought in a backup quarterback who's significantly better than Nick Mullins, who is an NFL starter for 6 years, who knows NFL offenses, who knows how to read NFL defenses, who is mobile with his legs, which adds a dimension of your game in the event that Sam Darnold goes out. Keep in mind, let's not forget, Aaron Jones, very injury-prone. If he gets injured, it adds a little bit more to the running game if he is in the game in that situation.
Agree.
So I think this is a great signing for the Vikings. They just brought in Darnold. I think mindset-wise also, you're Daniel Jones. You think, hey, look, Sam Darnold had a really tough time his first couple years in the NFL. He comes into this organization. They embrace him. They're 9-2. They're 4-1 at home. The fans are great. They have a great culture. They got great guys around them, a good coaching staff. I think it's a great signing for the Vikings. Am I wrong?
Oh no! It's a perfect fit, and I'm just saying it's only going to be illuminated more if he gets an opportunity, because I don't think Daniel Jones is as bad as people think. But listen, Tyler, we don't have time to do it today. We'll do it early next week because I've been dying. Do you understand how many? I mean, Belichick got passed over last year. I mean, Atlanta and all the other garbage. Can you imagine? We'll do it later next week, but just something to chew on before we head to break. Do you know how many coaches are going to get fired in the off season? And now we're here. Oh, unbelievable! I mean, I'm talking front offices are going to get absolutely wiped out. I mean, Belichick, the best thing that happened to Belichick, see, he wins by losing. He doesn't get a job, and it's the best thing in the world. He's having a blast on television, and you're going to watch 8 or 9 coaches walk the plank. You mark my words. It's going to be record-setting carnage in the offseason. Unbelievable.
100%. And we're going to get to that next week. Up next, however, Giovanna Scroggins. She will be at the Texas A&M game this weekend. We're going to chat some college football playoffs, and a whole lot more here. Sports Weekend, Sports Overnight America on Sports Byline USA. I'm your host, Tyler Levine, here with Marty Terrell. And up next, Giovanna Scroggins. Don't move. We'll be right back.
Stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Are you truly committed to feeling better? I mean, absolutely feeling your best? What's the key? Eat well, sleep well, lots of hydration through water, and also your daily innovative wellness athletic supplement packs. These packets are created to supplement your daily lifestyle, allowing your body to have the nutrients it needs to run efficiently. These packets include multi-omega fish oil, D3K2 5000, probiotic, and magnesium. It's nearly impossible to get all the nutrients our body requires to run efficiently on a regular basis from our food alone. Taking this daily packet will leave you feeling more energetic and more vibrant. Your brain body will be able to detoxify more efficiently, which naturally reduces inflammation.
Let's do this thing.
Find out today. InnovativeWellness.center. InnovativeWellness.center. And use the code Sports Overnight America.
So that's on all three.
Do you need to sell your home? If you've sold a home before, you remember how stressful and expensive it was. Sold.com is here to help you sell your home for the most money and with the least amount of stress. There are new ways to sell your home that you've never heard of before. Did you know there are companies who'll offer you cash for your home? Did you know you could trade in your home for a new one? Did you know there are realtors who'll sell your home for a flat fee instead of an expensive commission? It's true. Sold.com services are free. So if you're looking to sell, make this free phone call right now and learn how your next home sale can be faster and easier than you ever thought possible. Pick up your cell phone and call right now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
Getting together with friends to watch the game? Then you'll need American Premium Vodka. Handcrafted and pure, this is the one thing all Americans can agree on. Founder Mark Gus Scott shows the finest natural elements America has to offer, and you'll taste how great it is to be an American. Now available.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
Hey. Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh. Hey. Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh.
And we welcome you to Byers Field here at Bolton Stadium as Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network, and Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown are proud to bring to you the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week. It is the Division V semifinals tonight as the Liberty Center Tigers, they make the trip from the Toledo area here to Parma, Ohio to take on the South Range Raiders. Coach, both teams come in undefeated. Liberty Center, they get the 34-6 win over Edison last week, no problem. However, South Range, for the first time all year, they trail in the fourth quarter. However, on a final drive, they get a touchdown pass, 13 yards from Tristan Toy, Tommy Titus, the freshman, and they kick the extra point, giving them the win last week. They move on. Both these teams are very familiar with the playoffs.
Absolutely. That's what you get sometimes when you're peeking in the backfield as a DB and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and sometimes you get burnt. And you know what? They played a great game. So overall, South Range Poland, they did a magnificent job, and that's what they deserved. The fans were very excited. We were excited in the booth, but South Range came out on top. But outstanding football game.
Yeah, certainly doing a great job under head coach Dave Rock after taking a position with the retirement of head coach Dan Yeagley, who, interestingly enough, we will hear from at halftime. Our own Mark Means had an opportunity to speak with the former head coach of the South Range Raiders, and we'll bring that to you during the halftime show. Again, Liberty Center coming in at 14-0, coach. 7 shutouts on defense. You can't say much more about them. One game, 276 yards rushing, 0 yards passing. They are a power team. They are a plow.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, they can still throw the ball. I was watching some clips on them, and their quarterback, big gentleman, very, very large gentleman. Grady Miller, 6'4", 210, and boy, he could scamper too as well as throw the ball. So it could give South Range a little fits. But you want to talk about, like we said last week, they almost mirror each other. When you see some of the film that they did with South Range and them, it is pretty amazing how they almost mirror each other. They really come close.
Yeah, certainly player for player, you can find a match on either side of the ball. And for South Range, again, they'll be looking to quarterback Tristan Toy, senior for the Raiders, as well as Aiden Dominguez, the big running back for the Raiders. And this, I believe, Coach, this is probably going to be a fast-moving game. Both teams staying on the ground a lot. They know how to run that clock.
Yeah, and that's what it's going to be. I don't think there's going to be much passing here, although you never know. But it's we went down earlier. And, that wind is blowing, and it is freezing cold out there. So that could be a factor in this game as far as handling the ball. So hopefully either team doesn't fumble the ball. But, that remains to be seen. They got to get out there and play this.
Yeah, certainly. Weather going to be part of the story tonight here. 28 degrees here in the Parma area. Right now, wind blowing from left to right. Not so much significantly now, but as you said, when we walked down there, it was very significant. And that maybe we'll see how that comes back to play later in the game. But both of these teams prone to be run heavy. So this almost plays into both of their hands in terms of it's going to be the team who doesn't make maybe makes no mistakes.
Yeah, and we've always talked about that. We've always said the team, when you get this far in a playoffs, it's a team that makes the least amount of mistakes. And this is just that we're up high. It's a beautiful facilities, and in the far ground we see we even got a fireworks display going on.
Yeah, we'll talk about this facility a little bit more here as the game goes on here. You and I familiar with this.
Yes, we are.
As we have spent some time up here as well. Great facility here. Great host here at Byers Field at Bolton Stadium in Parma, Ohio. We're going to step aside for our first break. When we come back, our own Mark Means had an opportunity to speak with South Range head coach Dave Rock. We heard what he had to say about last week and what he expects coming up this week as we get down to the Final Four in Division 5. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown. We're back after this.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on the iMedia One Network. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region and beyond in pursuit of a premier amateur football league championship. And if you're looking to continue your playing or coaching career after high school, college, or even the pros, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or call owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
Discount Power Sports at 778 North Main Street in Hubbard is hosting a raffle for a 125cc Pintura ATV. Tickets are $30 each and 100 tickets are available. For each raffle, when those 100 are gone, a winner will be drawn and a new raffle will begin. Tickets can be purchased at any Hubbard home game or at 778 North Main Street or by calling 330-717-4441. $1,500 of each raffle will go toward a scholarship for the Hubbard Youth Coalition.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
Pre-game show continues, joined by Coach Rock of the South Range Raiders. And Coach, what a finish to Friday night's game. Your guys just found a way to win when it mattered most.
Yeah, I think that's probably the story of the night. You know, despite all of our shortcomings in the first 46 minutes and all the things that Poland did, you know, I think at a really high level, our guys were able to find a way. And, you know, in crunch time there, those last 2 minutes, I think that's probably the best we played. And I think it speaks volumes about the kind of character of our kids.
Coach, let's go back to that final 2:03. As the team gets set to take the field, knowing you had no timeouts, what did you tell them?
Just told them, hey, look, guys, we got to score a touchdown, we win the game. And they were well aware of that. You know, 2-minute drill is something that we work, you know, all the time and have been, you know, since July. I think our kids are comfortable in it. You know, certainly it helps that we have, you know, a very senior heavy offense. So those guys have been in the fire, so to speak, and know what's expected, and they're, you know, aware of the situation. But yeah, just told them, hey, you know, despite everything else that's gone on tonight, we still got a chance to go win the game. Let's go do it.
And that was a situation where you had thrown the ball a little bit in the game, but not like you needed to on that drive, and it all seemed to come together when it needed to most.
Yeah, I think we were fortunate too. I think we finally got a little bit of a break in the weather. You know, in the first half, I thought it was so windy and rainy that, you know, it was tough sledding as far as throwing the ball. Even in warm-ups, just, you know, throwing on air was tough. You know, and the other part of it is I think we were running the ball really well throughout the course of the game. You know, the issue for us is we were battling field position all night. You know, and because of that, I think, you know, you get into a spot where you don't want to get behind the chains or get off schedule. So, you know, we were trying to be as, I think, conservative as possible in that type of a game, and didn't really feel like we had to throw the ball until we had to, and then we couldn't get the ball back. So, but just really proud of the way we threw it on that last drive when we had to.
Coach, let's go back to that final play call to win the game. What was the play call, and how did Tommy Titus get so open?
That's just a base drop back concept that we have, five-man protection, 5-man route, and it's off of we call it a Raider package. And Yeah, I mean, Tristan did a great job. Tommy did a great job. He's on a seam read there, and thought both of those two did a great job getting on the same page. And then obviously, I give Tommy a ton of credit for catching that ball. It's a big moment for a young guy, and I think it speaks volumes about the camaraderie or even the leadership of our team that our senior quarterback with his career on the line is trusting of a freshman to throw one up to him in the end zone to win it.
And then of course Luke and the special teams unit executing well. I noticed the snap was a little high, but you got the job done to get the extra point up and in.
Yeah, the PAT operation, the field goal operation was huge all night. I think the field goal to make it a 6-point game was a huge one for us. And Luke didn't bat an eye at that. Just walked up and knocked it through. And then same with the field goal. We had talked to Tommy a little bit. The big thing with our snappers, we said high's okay here, but we just got to make sure it's not low, which is a tough situation. For a young guy in a pressure-packed situation, you're afraid of them trying to guide it back there and not firing it. And kind of consistent with what we did that whole drive. We just said, hey, let it rip, man. It's a little bit high. It's a little bit high. And our senior holder, Jimmy Powell's 2-year holder now, does an incredible job and did a great job getting on the block and then knocked it through like he wasn't worried about it.
You look at tonight's matchup against Liberty Center, and I feel like we've said this a lot all season, Coach. Another familiar opponent from the state championship run in 22.
Yeah, again, there's a lot of similarities there, a lot of parallels. I think they're really similar to the way they were the last time we played them. They're a physical football team. They do a great job up front offensively. Do a great job getting guys to the second level. When they're on offense, which is always a challenge. Some of that old school wing tee stuff, it hits really fast. We're fortunate that we spent a lot of time in that offense as a football program and as a coaching staff. So I think we're pretty familiar with it. It's going to take a great effort, by us in all three phases. Again, it's a challenge we're looking forward to.
Coach, the support from the community has always been there over the years, and I know you expect nothing but tremendous support tonight when you are at Byers Field.
Yeah, no question. I know we a little bit better draw this time, not having to go all the way out west for this matchup, for the neutral site. But, our crowd does a great job. And I think last week they played a huge role in the game. I expected they'll show up tonight in full force. And, I was talking to the team earlier this week, and I told them, what you're doing right now is already historic. There's only 4 teams in the history of our school that have been in this game. And seems like, every time we've been in this situation, our community showed up and kind of added, a different element to the game. And, I know we're proud to represent them tonight.
Finally, Coach, a key to get another win and head to Tom Benson Stadium for championship weekend.
I think it's similar to most weeks. We got to find a way to stop their run game, and nobody's done that yet. They've done an excellent job on the ground. We've got to find ways to, I think, get the ball on the perimeter on them in some throw game stuff, because sometimes running on them is tough sledding. And then I think similar to last week, we got to do a better job in the field position game. We made it hard on ourselves last week. We've got to create some short fields for ourselves and some long fields for Liberty Center, and then go play like crazy and hope you take care of the ball and come away with a win.
Coach, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Raiders.
Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it.
The Mahoning Valley Federals is the area's minor league football team. After only 2 years in existence and an appearance in the league playoff semifinal game, the Federals are looking to add Valley High School and college talent to help take the next step toward a league championship. For more information on how to become part of the Federals' journey, go to Facebook at the Mahoning Valley Federals Developmental Football Team or contact General Manager John Galbraith at 330-540-1099. The Mahoning Valley Federals, honoring the football tradition in the Valley.
Malutic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Accident accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
Pregame show continues here from Byers Field in Parma, Ohio, as we get ready for the Division 5 semifinals here between the undefeated South Range Raiders and the undefeated Liberty Center Tigers. And Coach, story of the night, we talked about it already, 26 degrees here at game time. Winds out of the west-southwest at 8 miles per hour, but wind gust up to 17 miles an hour. Really shouldn't be an issue for two teams that don't really put the ball in the air or not unnecessarily put the ball in the air.
Yeah, but I tell you what, that's cold out there, and with that wind blowing, I mean, I'm watching flags down from the flag line, and they are stretched out. So believe me when I tell you, it's going to be a cold on them hands and taking hits, as we all know. When it's that cold, and oh boy, that hurts.
Yeah, no argument here, coaches. It is really, the wind chill down there is rough on the skin. Take a look at some of the numbers here. South Range and Liberty Center both averaging 41 points per game offensively. Defensively, though, South Range giving up just a little under 13 points per game. And for Liberty Center, Coach, they're giving up less than 5 points per game. South Range is going to have to stick to what they do best, but number one is to protect the ball.
Absolutely, and that's going to be the key to this. We've always said it throughout the year. Now you're getting down to the nitty-gritty. We're down to Final Four, so the whole key is the one who makes the least mistakes will win this football game. So they really got to control the line of scrimmage, and I believe that the pigs up front, and that's how what I call them. I'm very respectful for the guys in the grunts in the definitely it's in the trenches. So they got to win this game for their offense.
Just about over 2 minutes left here before the official kickoff here. Coach, there was a coin toss. What were the results of that?
The coin toss is that Liberty Center won the toss, and they decided to defer on the second half. So,
and certainly this could be a game of field position between these two teams. Again, not all through the air. We've seen Liberty Center at times not throw one pass in the game, but run for 276 yards in a game and really dominate their opponent.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, Jim, if you're throwing with the wind, it might be a little bit easier, but throwing into that wind would be really rough. Because I'll tell you what, they may say it's so many miles an hour, but I'll tell you what, we went down here and it brings tears to your eyes.
It certainly does. Take a look at the starting lineups here. Defensively for the Liberty Center Tigers on the front line. It's a 3-3 defense, but you're going to see some people moving around. That's going to be tough for the South Range Raiders to read. But up front, it's going to be Xander Zeiter, Hunter Spangler, Kellen Weimer, and the linebackers will be Waylon Rentz, Stephen Brogan, Garrison Cruz. The defensive backs will be Blake Garber, Thomas Moeller, Jackson Bartles, Grady Miller, and Cam Colley. The starting offense for the South Range Raiders up front, it'll be Adam Alba, Michael Chadbourne, Andrew Bryan, Luke Starkey, and Patrick Lally. The tight end will be Keith Krause. The halfback will be Troy Combs. The wide receivers will be Tommy Titus and Gavin Nagy. The running back will be Aiden Dominguez, the 6'3", 200-pound senior. And the quarterback, of course, the hero from last week, it'll be Tristan Toy, the 5'10", 170-pound senior for the South Range Raiders. As the Raiders line up for the return here, Liberty Center huddling up right at their own 35 as we get ready to kick off this Division 5 semifinal. And for the Liberty Center Tigers, this is their third year in a row. They have taken the Division 5 Region 18 championship. And for South Range, they're looking to get back to the state title game that they won in 2022 under head coach Dan Yeagley. And South Range has become one of the premier programs in the area, Coach. And that experience says a lot. We said that even when they played Poland on September 27th. South Range goes down 14-0. But no panic on the sideline from South Range. They really hold it together well.
Yeah, they do, and that's a tribute to the kids, but the coaching staff getting it in their heads saying, it don't matter. We're going to play our game. We're going to get after it and do what we need to do.
Ian Rosebrook teeing this one up for the Liberty Center Tigers as he's going to put the boot in, and we are going to be underway here with the line drive kick. And it's going to be picked up at the 3-yard line, brought out to the 15, 20, and near the 23-yard line, he'll be brought down, and that's where South Range will start off. 1st and 10. It'll be a little harder to see the numbers from up here. A little bit of glare on the window, but we'll try to do the best we can. I'm going to give a little shout-out to Mark Means and Ryan Briggs making the trip down to Baltimore, Maryland as they cover the Grove City Wolverines. We'll be on here tomorrow, 11:10 pregame. Playing John Hopkins. As Toy now in the shotgun. Naden Dominguez now going to move to his left, wing to the right. Twin receivers to the near side.
We got an official timeout here.
We're going to have a delay already here as we have a little wait on the first play of the game. Dominguez now to the left of Tristan Toy. They'll send a wing in motion from right to left. That'll be Kraus. Quick pass out to the near side. It's going to be caught by Kraus, and he's going to be brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 now for the Raiders.
Yeah, it was a great job by Garber on that. He reacted as soon as that ball was in the air. He broke down, was able to take him right down.
So the Raiders on the second play of the game, they'll start from behind the sticks. I'll actually call it 2nd and 13.
Little surprise throwing the ball on first down, but we'll see what goes. Now we're in the eye.
Everybody pulling out their best here.
There we go.
Toy now with Dominguez to his right. Twin receivers to the far side. 3-step drop, fires out to the far side, and is going to be incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Pass. Excuse me. Pass was intended for Tommy Titus, the hero from last week, as he caught that touchdown pass with just seconds left in that game to give South Range the 17-16 win. Actually gave him the 16-16 tie, with Starkey getting the extra point.
Which
can't really take that away from him.
I always said you got to get every point you can, because if you miss that extra point, it could bite you, and it did.
3rd and 13 now for Toy. 3-step drop. Fires out to the far side. Caught on the slip screen. He'll get out past the 25, down to the 26-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down, and South Range will have to punt this one away. They are 3 and out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they did absolutely great job getting after it. So
Jason Vorshak back to punt this one away. He'll post up right around his own 13-yard line. 2 returners for Liberty Center. They'll post up at their own 45-yard line. Good snap here. Vorshak will get this one away. It'll be a line drive end over end. Picked up at the 45, out to midfield. Try to cut back to the inside. Brought down at the 46-yard line. And a great open field tackle by Drew Starkey, the 5'10", 170-pound freshman.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I thought he was going to overrun it, and he just planted that foot squared up to the line, basically line of scrimmage, whatever, on the return, shoulder square, and was able to make that tackle. Great job.
So 1st and 10 for Liberty Center in South Range territory. They'll mark the ball at the 46-yard line. 10:34 left here, first quarter, no score. As they'll go into a tight formation, wing to the left. They'll send a man in motion from left to right. Back to pass. Fires down the middle of the field. It's going to be caught at the 23-yard line. Down to the 10. Tackled at the 6-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and goal for Liberty Center.
Yeah, Blake Garber got free. I think they, again, got a little nosy in the backfield. They got to play what they got to play. They're looking at the run. They forgot about Garber, and he was able to connect on that and a good catch and run, too.
So 1st and goal for Liberty Center at the 6-yard line. 10:19 left here, first quarter. Colley will be the receiver to the far side. Cruz, the receiver, in the slot. Set a man in motion from left to right. They'll hand this one off up the middle, and he's going to work his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Liberty Center. They strike quickly with 10:01 left here in the first quarter. It's 6-0 in favor of the Tigers.
Yeah, that was Rentz. I mean, he kept his legs going. And, I'll tell you what, Liberty looked good on that first series. And, again, we talked about it, throwing the ball. So they surprised us. No runs and all throws. So outstanding job. And they were able to get the ball into the receiver's hand. So extra point time right now.
So 6-yard touchdown run for Liberty Center. Kick is up. And it is good. 10:01 left here first quarter. Liberty Center jumps out to a 7-0 lead. We'll step aside for a timeout. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240 WBBW. We're back after this.
Discount Power Sports at 778 North Main Street in Hubbard is hosting a raffle for a 125cc Pintura ATV. Tickets are $30 each, and 100 tickets are available. For each raffle, when those 100 are gone, a winner will be drawn and a new raffle will begin. Tickets can be purchased at any Hubbard home game or at 778 North Main Street or by calling 330-717-4441. $1,500 from each raffle will go toward a scholarship for the Hubbard Youth Coalition.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
This is the radio home of the best high school sports in Youngstown. We are Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown, a Cumulus media station.
10:01 left here first quarter. Liberty Center jumping out quickly to a 7-0 lead on a 6-yard touchdown run by Waylon Rentz, the 5'11", 205-pound senior. And Liberty Center striking quick here as Rosebrook will kick this one off. It'll be a high, short kick. Actually, we picked up at the 5-yard line, dropped, picked up back up at the 10, brought out to the 15, and brought down at the 20-yard line. I believe that was going to be Toy on the return for South Range. And the Raiders will have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line after a 3-and-out. We're going to have to make some adjustments there, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was Garber again on a tackle. I'll tell you what, this young man, offensively and defensively, is all over the field. So South Range has got to get some running game going here because they're throwing the ball in these short passes, these screens, not getting it done. They're too fast for them.
1st and 10 for South Range. They'll hand this one off the left side, some room to run upfield and make it out to the 25-yard line. Aiden Dominguez on the carry. The senior for South Range, 2nd and 5 now for the Raiders.
Yeah, that was a great job. Good run. Grady Miller on the tackle was able to meet him, but that was a 5-yard gain, and they're rolling.
2nd and 5 now for the Raiders. Send twin receivers to the far side. Wing to the left. Dominguez going to be to the right of Toy. They'll send a man in motion. That'll be Kraus. They'll give it to him on the jet sweep, looking for room to the outside. He's going to cut up, but he's going to be nowhere to go, and he's going to lose a couple of yards on the play. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 7 now for South Range.
Yeah, Cruz is on that tackle. I mean, he was trying to get around the corner, and he just got outran. Defense is flying to the ball. A great job, defense.
Excuse me, that's going to be Troy Combs on the carry for South Range. 9 minutes even left here. South Range now 3rd and 7 from their own 23-yard line. Toy in the shotgun. Dominguez to his left. Send a man in motion from right to left. Toy going to keep it himself. Nowhere to go. Going to hit the line of scrimmage. Fall forward. Is going to be a fumble on the play as our head linesman is going to drop his beanbag. And we're going to have the clock stopped here. They try to unpile this and figure out if there was a fumble on the play or not.
We got a 4th down, Jim. I got a signal that's showing 4th down when official was in there.
Okay, so another punting situation for the Raiders as they can do no better on this drive. 2 3-and-out so far for the Raiders. Kind of unheard of here, Coach. We haven't seen this all year long.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Here goes the punt.
This punt going to be a high punt picked up at the 44-yard line, dropped and recovered. And returned up to the 45, 50, 45, and he's going to go all the way. Cam Cauley into the end zone, 66 yards. On the Liberty Center touchdown, they take a 13-0 lead with 8:17 left here in the first quarter.
Wow. The first guy went down and he get a number, missed it, and they set up a wall. And I'll tell you what, he turned the jets on, ran down the sidelines. Nobody was catching them. South Range has got to get it going here. They're looking like they're in a little bit of trouble. Got to make some adjustments on offense. They've got to be able to move the ball and not keep giving them anything.
Now, we talked about the composure on the sideline, even being down. And we're going to have to see that here as the kick is up, and it's good. 8:17 left here, first quarter. Liberty Center now with a 14-0 lead over the South Range Raiders. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown.
Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
We'll see this one up for a third time here in the first quarter. 8:17 left. Liberty Center with a 14-0 lead. They get a 66-yard punt return, 66-yard punt return.
Easy for you to say.
Easy for me to say. Giving them the 14-0 lead.
And we talked about special teams, and let me tell you what, so far we saw offensive special teams and defense is getting it done. So they've already hit all 4 steps.
Yep, the ball going to blow off of the tee. Here's the wind blowing left to right. Liberty Center working left to right. See if they can get it off. This one is Ian Rosebrook, the senior, kicking off for the third time tonight. This one going to be a line drive as Toya will step up and let it go into the end zone. And South Range will have the ball 1st and 10 again. And they're going to have to make some adjustments here. Kind of slow things down maybe a little bit, Coach. Maybe a little shell-shocked.
Well, they got to start running the ball, I think, a little bit. We got to start testing outside and inside a little bit. They've tried to throw the ball. But their DBs, I'll tell you what, Liberty Center is just there. They're on that, and they got some speed back there. So they have got to try to run some of this football and kill some of this clock a little bit. Nice, good, long drive.
Twin receivers to the near side now, wing to the right. Dominguez to the left of Toy. Toy in the shotgun. Quick pass over the middle. That's going to be caught at the 25 and brought out to the 30 and should be enough for a Raiders first down. It'll be the first down of the night for South Range. That's going to be Tommy Titus on the catch, the 5'8", 160-pound freshman.
Yeah, the DBs were all over that. They didn't get a number on that one. It was about 3 of them that connected on that. So outstanding job by South Range. Just we got to do throw safe, find the opening area.
South Range now 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Toy in a shotgun. Dominguez to his right. Twin receivers to the near side. Send a man in motion from left to right. He'll give it to Dominguez off the left side. He'll try to find room to run. Cut back inside and pick up a hard-fought 2 yards. 2nd and 8 now for the Raiders with 7:38 left.
We have I'll get a ruling on it, Jim. We got 45, and I don't have a 45, so we'll find them.
Twin receivers to the far side now. Combs the wing to the left. Toy in the shotgun. He'll give it to Dominguez again off the left side. Dominguez with room to run at the 40. Makes it past midfield. Out to the 40, 35, 30. He'll get tripped up and brought down inside the 30 near the 27-yard line. And for the first time tonight, South Range will make it into Liberty Center territory. And a big run by the senior, Aiden Dominguez.
Yeah, that's just a great job. They blocked that, sealed that off, and he was off and running. I really thought he was going to make it.
He'll go right back to the line. Toy in the shotgun. Smesko to his right. Hand up to Smesko. He'll be hemmed up and maybe lose a yard on the play. Well, I'm not sure if they're saying he gained a yard or lost a yard, Coach. Yeah, depending on which official you're looking at. But 6:44 left here, first quarter.
Yeah, Cruz was on that tackle again. I'll tell you what, he's all over the place. He's another one. Linebacker reading the plays, coming in, adjusting.
All right, so 2nd and 11 now for South Range at the Liberty Center 29-yard line. Smesko to the right of Toy. Wing to the left. They'll send him in a high motion. Toy going to keep it himself. Head upfield inside the 25 and down to the 24-yard line. Pick up a 5. And South Range seemingly finding some rhythm now on offense.
Well, I think they offensively they started out a little slow. That's all, and they, you know what, probably went to the sidelines, and coach probably said, "Let's go, get it done."
Right back to the line here, 5:58. 3rd and 6. Now for South Range, Toy with Smesko to his left.
Yeah.
We're going to have some movement up front, and we're going to have a flag on our play. And it looks like it's going to be a false start coming up against South Range. 3rd and 11 now for the Raiders.
Yeah, we can't make, again, we talk about mistakes. You're getting there close to the, 20, and looks like we got a timeout, Jim.
Timeout here on the field. 5:48 left here, first quarter. We'll step aside for a timeout. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240 Youngstown. We're back after this.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
Smesko to the right of Toy. Twin receivers to the near side. Toy going to take it himself upfield, make it out to the 20-yard line, pick up a 4. And actually, Coach, they didn't call the penalty. Apparently, South Range took a timeout.
Okay.
Prior to the snap. So we missed that there. We apologize.
Yep.
So now 4th and 3 for South Range at the Liberty Center 21-yard line. 5:26 left here, first quarter. Liberty Center with a 14-0 lead. They'll go twin receivers to the far side again. Toy in the shotgun. Wing to the left. That'll be Combs going left to right. He'll line up as the right tight end now. Toy to the right side, looking for the corner, gets inside the 20. And inside the 15, he should have it. And we'll stop the clock here to set the markers with 5:05 left here in the first quarter. South Range now, 1st and 10 at the Liberty Center 14-yard line.
Yeah, that's a great job.
So, again, we talked about that composure. Again, things have kind of settled down for South Range after 2 3-and-outs. They're now 1st and 10 at Liberty Center's 14-yard line. Toy in the shotgun. Dominguez to his left. He'll give it to Dominguez. Dominguez going to come upfield inside the 10 and maybe down to the 8-yard line. So a pickup of about 6 on the play. 2nd and 4 now for South Range.
Yeah, now they're moving the ball. Now they're you know what, Jim? They're settling down. They're doing what they got to do.
So actually call it 2nd and 5. They'll mark the ball actually at the 9. They'll reset that. Twin receivers to the near side now, wing to the right. Toy with Dominguez to his left. Toy will keep it himself upfield inside the 5, and he'll be brought down at the 4-yard line. Pick up a 5. It'll be close to a first down. It'll be 1st and goal now for South Range with 4:11 left here first quarter.
And that was a great job. Good run. Defense was there. Looked like Moeller was there on the tackle.
Dominguez going through the line there. Again, 6'3", 200 pounds. As they go back to that twin receiver set to the left of Toy, wing to the right. Dominguez now going to shift from behind Toy to his left hip. And off to Dominguez. He'll try to step up. Really nowhere to go there. May have lost a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal now for South Range at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, there was a host of defenders right there. Didn't get a number because there was about 5 of them. They hit him at one time. So
Mark Means now reporting to us that Ursuline has a 3-0 lead in the first quarter. He'll be the Division III representative in our area. Back to the same formation. Twins to the left of Toy. Wing to the right. Dominguez to the left hip of Toy. 2nd and 5. 2nd and goal, at the 5. Toy going to keep it himself. Get back inside the 5. Down to the 4-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and goal for South Range. 3 minutes left here first quarter on a fast-moving first frame here.
Yeah, we got the number. We got a confirm on 45. That's Hunter Spangler. He's all over a tackle.
Toy going to send a man in motion from left to right. Excuse me, that's going to be Dominguez with the handoff to Toy, and he's going to fight his way towards the goal line, and it's going to be just short. About the half-foot line for South Range. That's going to bring up a 4th down with 2:28 left here, first quarter. So 4th and goal for South Range. They'll officially make it a 1 yard to go to the end zone, Coach. And at this point, probably a momentum swing if you can get in the end zone.
Oh, absolutely. But you got to tighten that defense when it's your time. So now the offense is going down. They got to get this in.
So 4th and goal from the 1. 2 minutes left here, first quarter. We'll go under center. Send a man in motion from left to right. They'll pitch it out to the right side. Into the end zone is Dominguez on the 1 yard touchdown run. And South Range cuts the Liberty Center lead to 14-6.
Yeah, they ganged up on inside. The defense was in tight. They had no hanger out there. They crashed inside. That was an easy pitch and run. Just a nice toss play, and they were able to get it.
Nothing fancy there. South Range drives downfield, 80-yard drive. 1:54 left here in the first quarter. Starkey on for the extra point. So Luke Starkey for the extra point. Snap is back. Kick is up, and it is good. 1:54 left here. First quarter. South Range cuts Liberty Center's lead to 14-7. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240. We're back right after this.
Discount Power Sports at 778 North Main Street in Hubbard is hosting a raffle for a 125cc Pintura ATV. Tickets are $30 each, and 100 tickets are available. For each raffle, when those 100 are gone, a winner will be drawn and a new raffle will begin. Tickets can be purchased at any Hubbard home game or at 778 North Main Street or by calling 330-717-4441. $1,500 from each raffle will go toward a scholarship for the Hubbard Youth Coalition.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
54 left here, first quarter. South Range gets into the end zone on a 1 yard touchdown run by Aiden Dominguez. And it is 14-7 in favor of Liberty Center. And South Range, like you said, Coach, have kind of settled down. They're back into their game here. But you've got to make up that touchdown that you gave up on that punt return.
Yeah, and you know what? Again, we talked about cool, calm, and collective. That's what South Range has done all year, so that's what it looked like. A lot of adjustments probably by the coaching staff, and that's what we did. I said they need to attack that outside. That's exactly what they did.
Mark Means, always on the job from Maryland, tells us that Ursuline has a 6-0 lead over Toledo Central Catholic, defending state champions. This kick going to be a line drive. It'll hit right around the 18-yard line, picked up at the 15. Brought out to the 20, 25, one spin to the 30, and that's about as far as he will get on the return, as it be Cam Colley again, the 5'9", 155-pound senior on the return.
Yeah, and Luke Starkey on that tackle did a great job, stayed square, and again, cut in, spun, and was able to hold his ground and get him down. So now let's see what the defense could do. They got to get a little heat on this quarterback, and we got to stop him in the holes.
First and 10 now from the Liberty Center 30-yard line. 26 degrees here, but the wind's out of the west-southwest right around 6 miles an hour, so it is not a pleasant night tonight as they'll go into a 3-back formation with the offset fullback under center. This time they'll pitch it out to the far side and hemmed up at the 31. Maybe a pickup of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9 now for Liberty Center.
That was a great job trying to get a number, and I think I got him. And that was Gavin Nagy on that tackle.
Now everybody kind of going to the left there. South Range doing a great job not over pursuing it and getting up there and making the tackle, Coach.
Again, they're staying square to the line of scrimmage, and they're forcing things to the inside. Stay into their outside shoulder.
2 tight ends to each side, single receiver to each side. One running back is They'll go under center. Handoff quickly at the line. Quick handoff there, maybe in pickup of another yard or two on the play. That'll bring up third down now for the Tigers.
And Meninga on the tackle amongst about 3 or 4 others. I mean, all they did was run a quick dive, and South Range was on it. Great job by South Range. Gave them nothing. Tried to catch them. South Range was ready.
So 3rd and 7 now for Liberty Center. 42 seconds left here in the first quarter. Liberty Center with a 14-7 lead over South Range. As they'll go twin receivers to the far side. Grady Miller in the shotgun. One running back to his left. He'll send a man in motion from right to left. He'll set up as a tight end on the left side. Miller now with the snap, but play going to be stopped here, and it's going to be a dead ball foul. Illegal substitution coming up against Liberty Center. It'll be the first penalty of the night against the Tigers. That'll push him back 5, and it'll be...
I think it should have been a delay of game because I saw zeros on the play clock, Jim. So I think that's what he meant. We should have been delay of game. So I'm going to try to correct that.
I think you might be right.
Because I counted as soon as he called it. There was 11 on the field. I saw nobody run off. So I think it was delay of game. It looked like he gave the wrong signal. Maybe it was cold.
Miller in a shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. Rolling out to the Liberty Center sideline. Going to be caught at the 29-yard line. He'll go down. Only a pickup of 1. That'll bring up 4th down. And for the first time tonight, Liberty Center will have to punt the ball away.
Yeah, now they got to be aware up front that there's no razzle-dazzle. You don't know what this team will do. So we have to catch the ball in the back. Got to catch the ball. So we'll see what happens now. Again, South Range.
So we have a stoppage in play as the head linesman came out and he spoke to the referee. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter here. As Liberty Center, they'll take the 14-7 lead into the second quarter. We'll step aside for a break. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240. We're back on the other side.
Discount Power Sports at 778 North Main Street in Hubbard is hosting a raffle for a 125cc Pintura ATV. Tickets are $30 each, and 100 tickets are available. For each raffle, when those 100 are gone, a winner will be drawn and a new raffle will begin. Tickets can be purchased at any Hubbard home game or at 778 North Main Street or by calling 330-717-4441. $1,500 from each raffle will go toward a scholarship for the Hubbard Youth Coalition.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
Okay, so as we went to break, the officials put 5 seconds back up on the clock. Liberty Center punted this one away. It landed at the South Range 31-yard line. That's where the Raiders will start 1st and 10 on their end of the field as we start the second quarter here at Byers Field in Parma, Ohio. Liberty Center with the 14-7 lead. And after a quick start by the Tigers, South Range, they've buckled down there, got back into their game, and they look a little bit more like the South Range Raiders we're used to.
Yes, and again, what we talked about was they always seem to start out slow. We've always looked at that, and we don't understand. Hey, but they're patient, but they get it done, as they did, drove down the field. And there were some wide open plays that they were able to go. So this is it's getting to be a very interesting football game.
Yeah. South Range, more or less the counter-puncher, but a little difficult to go down 14-0. We have seen that before, Coach, back on September 27th when Poland took the 14-0 lead on the Raiders. Raiders come back to win that game 38-30.
They just don't panic.
Toy now in the shotgun. You'll have Dominguez behind him. Dominguez will move to the right. Twin receivers to the far side. Single receiver to the near side. South Range moving left to right now. Hand out to Dominguez. Going to be a reverse. And Dominguez almost lost the ball. It's going to be covered up by South Range. They'll lose some yards on the play back to the 26-yard line, I believe. So a loss of 5 as the official tries to get the clock stopped. 11:48 of the first quarter. So on the first play, South Range trying a little bit of trickery here, and I don't know if this is the weather or the night to be doing that.
Yeah, well, what it was somebody shot through the line. I did not get a number. Again, they're just moving so fast. Shot through the line, and that caused the disruption in the reverse. I think if he got it, he could have gone places, but it got snuffed out.
So twin receivers to the near side again. South Range moving left to right. Dominguez now to the right hip of Toy. Toy with the handoff to Dominguez, looking for room to run. He'll cut up past the 30, 35. He'll drive his legs down near the 37 or 38-yard line. And a better run for South Range. I think they're going to be just short of a first down, Coach. They're going to mark the ball at the 39. They had to get to the 40 for a first down.
Yeah, it looks like they're a little short, but I don't think that's going to be a problem for South Range. So they should be okay. And that was Rentz that looked like that was on the tackle.
So 3rd and 1 for South Range. Toy now. Dominguez to his right. Wing to the left. Dominguez now cutting up. He'll have enough for the first down and more. He'll make it out to the midfield stripe and be brought down. And a first down for South Range at the 50. And the Raiders will get a fresh set of downs here. 11:05 left here, second quarter. South Range on the drive, but they trail Liberty Center 14-7.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're not spinning. That was Spangler on the tackle too.
So twin receivers again to the near side, single receiver to the far side, Toy in the shotgun. Handoff again to Smesko, nowhere to go. Maybe picked up a yard on the play. May have gotten down to the 49 on the Liberty Center side of the field. So actually give him credit for a yard here. I would say more like a half a yard, but we'll take the full yard.
Yeah.
2nd and 9 now for South Range.
Yeah, Stephen Brogan got right in there. I'll tell you what, somebody either missed or blocked, or he just was bound and determined to get in there. Great job by that linebacker.
So Raiders right back to the same formation. Smesko to the right of Toy. And off upfield, out to the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, South Range, 49-yard touchdown run. And South Range is an extra point away from tying this up.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Jim, that's what we talked about. They got to attack those edges, and that's what they've been doing. And every time they got it done.
And I believe that was going to be Smesko on the run. But it was hard to tell from here, but we'll give him credit for the touchdown nonetheless. South Range with an extra point away from tying this one up. Luke Starkey on as he kicked the game-winning extra point last week. So second quarter, South Range gets going. And they cut the lead to 14-13 pending this Luke Starkey extra point. Jimmy Powell to hold. Kick is up. And it's good. 10:07 left here, second quarter. South Range. They get into the end zone, tie this up at 14. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week. You're on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240. We're back on the other side of this break.
Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
10:07 left here, second quarter. We are all tied up at 14. South Range with a 49-yard touchdown run by Smesko. Knots us up, and Coach, again, we saw that 14-0 lead before on South Range, and tonight we see the same thing. The composure is there. They really don't panic, and here we are.
Right. We talked about that. They know what they can do, and that's what I see all the time with South Range. They go in there and they just, they don't panic. Nice and calm. They get their job done. They're carrying them as a guy used to work with me. He called it a dinner bucket. You know, he'd bring his lunchbox in, and he just hits the time clock, and that's what you need.
South Range to kick off. It'll be Starkey right down the middle of the field. A short kick. It'll line at the 14-yard line. Cauley picking up the ball at the 10, 15, 20, and he'll fight his way out near the 24-yard line. As I think they're going to actually give him the 23, and that's where Liberty Center will start first and 10 with 10 minutes left here in the second quarter, all tied up at 14.
Yeah, that was a great job. They're really, I tell you what, both teams are throwing rights and lefts, and they are doing what they got to do. And that was Heath Krause on the tackle. We're trying to get these numbers as fast as we can, folks. We're pretty high up, but they're always in a bunch.
A little bit of a haze on the window here, too. Again, the weather is the weather has been interesting here tonight. First real cold night that we've had in high school football. T formation now for Liberty Center. Single receiver to the near side. Miller under center, going to hand off to the far man to go off the left side. They'll make it past the 25, down near the 27-yard line. Pick up a 4 now, 2nd and 6 for the Tigers.
That was a great job defensively. They did a heck of a job getting in there, and that was Jimmy Powell on that one. I am thinking it looked like that Gavin Nagley looked like he was in the backfield and missed it. But I'll tell you what, that was a great job.
Garber, the single receiver to the far side, go back to a tight formation. Wing to the right, 2 backs in the backfield. Miller under shotgun, high motion as they'll hand it off. And it's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 1 for Liberty Center. Trying to get a number on the tackle for you again here, and I believe that's going to be Chadbourne, the 6', 200-pound senior. Chasing him down from behind.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was a great job. He was able to just get him tripped up, even though he was able to get some yardage. So now we got 3rd and about 4 maybe. South Range has got to buckle down now. Be very careful.
Single receiver to the near side. That'll be Cauley. They'll flip the formation to the right side. It'll be a tight end to the right, wing to the right, single running back. Wing to both sides, actually. He'll hand this off to the tailback. And they're going to be hitting the backfield. Lost of a yard on the play. Waylon Rentz had nowhere to go. He ran into about 4 or 5 white jerseys. And that's going to bring up 4th down now for Liberty Center.
Yeah, that was a great job. Gavin Nagley came up from his safety position and unloaded. He shot a gap, and I'll tell you what, that was a great call by Coach, just dumping the free safety on that.
Gavin Nagy back to return for South Range. He'll post up around his own 40-yard line. For Liberty Center, it'll be Max Walker. Punting from his own 14. He'll get this one away. Line drive. It'll hit inside the 40. Roll down to the 30. And Nagy will cover it up at the 29-yard line. That's where South Range will start. 1st and 10 with 8:04 left here, second quarter, all tied up at 14.
Yeah, I really thought that Nagley was going to pick that ball up on the second bounce because he had one guy to beat, and he'd have been able to get a few yards on it. But, you know, it's cold. I understand that as a coach, you're just going to fall on it so it doesn't roll any deeper. So good job by him.
It's still warmer up here, Coach. I mean, we're fine with that.
It's much warmer up here.
Nonetheless, South Range now with twin receivers to the near side, moving left to right. Dominguez to the left, to the right of Toy, wing to the left. Toy trying to keep it himself, trying to find room to run, nowhere to go. Lose a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11 now for South Range. And want to take an opportunity to shout out to, and a big thanks to Mike Hearn, who hooked me up with Logan Bailey and Phil Snow from out in the Toledo area. Helped us with some information this week on Liberty Center. Great to work with those guys here, and I always blame everything that has happened here on Mike Hearn and Mark Means. So
yeah, that goes back.
Goes back some time. And twin receivers to the near side, Dominguez to the right of Toy. They'll be sending up man in motion from left to right. He'll go to the wing to the right. Toy rolling out to the near side. He'll fire. That's going to be caught by Nagy near the 37-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 9. He'll be just short of a 1st down. Oh, no, actually, they're going to say they're going to give it to him. They're going to say he made it. Okay, so.
Yeah, Cam Kale was right there. I mean, that was good coverage by that young man. He just was able to go up the ladder and pull it down.
So I thought he might be a little bit short there, got a little premature there. They're going to say no. As Toy directing traffic now, he'll send 3 receivers to the far side. He'll put Dominguez to his left. Well, tight end to the left for South Range. He'll give it to Dominguez. Dominguez upfield, past the 40, down to the 42-yard line. Pick up a 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6 for South Range. And Coach, so 3 receivers out there. kind of made the middle a little thin for Dominguez.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he breaks that. It's wide open. That was Weimer on the tackle. So they're just pound and grind. That's all that. That's South Range.
2nd and 7. They'll actually mark the ball at the 41. Toy in the shotgun. He'll give it to Dominguez. Dominguez trying to cut up field. He'll run into some resistance. He'll fall forward for a yard. That'll bring up 3rd down now for South Range. We'll make it 3rd and 6. Depending on the actual official spot, but another 3rd down situation for the Raiders.
Yeah, that was Xander Zeter on that one. I'll tell you what, these linebackers, they fly, Jim. They really react good. The thing is South Range, if they could catch them coming up like that with some play action, dump it between that and that safety, it could be a long day.
Single receiver to each side. That'll be Nagy to the far side. Toy in the shotgun. 3-step drop. Looking down the middle. Steps up in the pocket. It's going to fire out. It'll go off the hands of a Raider receiver. It'll bring up 4th down. Pass was intended for Nagy at the 49. Couldn't bring it down. That'll bring up a punting situation for the Raiders.
Yeah, and that was Blake Garber on the coverage. So great job.
Jason Vorshak on to punt for South Range. 5'11", 175-pound sophomore. They'll have 2 returners back there, including Cam Cauley, who had a nice punt return earlier. This one going to be a line drive, end over end. It'll hit at the 29, take a roll. Cauley will bring it up to the 20 and down to the 25-yard line. That's where Liberty Center will start. 1st and 10 with 5:39 left here in the first half, all tied up at 14. And, Coach, a very fast-moving first half.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, that was Semesco on that tackle. Very fast. That's because all they're doing is running.
Now we got a flag here on the 47-yard line on the other side of the field, so it's going to be a hold coming up against South Range.
Ooh.
So now the question is, what do you do with it?
No, I'm gonna have them. That's 10 yards, so I'd probably I don't know if I'd have them kick it over. I'd probably take it right there. I would take it right there, Jim, to be honest with you.
If you do, that gives you 5:39 to work. I believe 2 timeouts for each side.
Holding. South Range.
And they
marked it from the catch.
So they're going to mark it from the end of the play. So the ball now out at the Liberty Center 35-yard line. 5:39 left here in this first half. Tied up at 14. Liberty Center jumped out to a 14-0 lead quickly. South Range, they calm things down a little bit, and they respond with 2 touchdowns of their own. So Liberty Center averaging 41 points per game, as is South Range. Single receiver to the far side. That'll be Garber. They'll send a man in motion. Quick handoff up the middle. Quick hitter. And he'll fight his way out near the 40. A pickup of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 now for the Tigers.
Yeah, all he was using bodies to swim over. Never hit the ground. Meningas was on that tackle.
So Garber will head to the sideline. Cam Cauley will come back in. Liberty Center with a 2nd and 5 at their own 40-yard line. 5:14 left here, second quarter. Moeller be the wing to the right. Single receiver to the near side. That'll be Cauley. Moeller in motion. They'll give it to him, and he'll look for some room up the middle. He'll break free, and he'll get into South Range territory at the 40-yard line where he'll be brought down. I'll actually say the 41. That'll be a first down for Liberty Center with 4:56 left here in the first half.
Yeah, Michael Claiborne on that. He was able to run him down. Thank God he stuttered for a second. Claiborne makes some ground up.
So Blake Garber back into the game for Liberty Center. They'll go single receiver to the near side. That'll be Garber. Single receiver to the far side. I formation. Miller under center. Play action. Fires over the middle. And it's going to be caught and brought down at the 20-yard line. First down for Liberty Center. And a little bit of play action. Pass it right down the middle of the field. Trying to get a number on the reception. I believe that was going to be...
It was the tight end, whoever was lined up, because we ran that, was called 10 dump. Fake the dive by the fullback, come back, sneak the tight end out and run a skinny post, and that's exactly what he did. Safety wasn't there.
So I'm going to guess here and say that was Ty Jackson, as Liberty Center will go right back to the line. Shotgun formation, 3 backs to the right side. Miller's going to drop the ball. He'll recover, and he'll be brought down inside the 20, down at the 18-yard line. And excuse me, I think that was going to be Waylon Rent that was at the quarterback position. Couldn't handle the snap, but was able to pick up a yard or 2 on the play.
Yeah,
I'll actually give him credit for 2. It's 2nd and 8 now inside the 20.
Yeah, Claiborne was there again. Chad Bourne, was there again, so great job.
So 3:32 left here, first half. 2nd and 8 now from the South Range 18-yard line. Single receiver to the near side. We'll go 2 wings now. As Miller will go under center. He'll send a man in high motion. He'll give it to him on the handoff off the right side. And he'll fight his way inside the 15, down near the 12-yard line. And we pick up another 5 or 6 on the play. And they'll be about 2 yards short of a first down. They have to get to the 15 for a first down. So we'll mark it at the... Oh, excuse me. They have to get to the 12 for a first down. So Miller now back under center. Wings to each side, single running back. He'll give it to the wing on the right, and he'll run up the left side. Room to run, and into the end zone. Touchdown. Liberty Center, 2:39 left here, second quarter. And Liberty Center will take a 20-14 lead pending the extra point. And because the windows are a little cloudy, can't get a number on there for you.
I don't know if that was Hively.
I believe that was going to be a lineman, Coach. I believe that's going to be Clayton Seal. They brought him in as an extra lineman, 6'1", 225. Snap is back, kick is up. And it is good. 2:39 left here in the first half. Liberty Center takes a 21-14 lead. We'll step aside for a timeout. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240. We're back right after this.
Discount Power Sports at 778 North Main Street in Hubbard is hosting a raffle for a 125cc Pintura ATV. Tickets are $30 each, and 100 tickets are available. For each raffle, when those 100 are gone, a winner will be drawn and a new raffle will begin. Tickets can be purchased at any Hubbard home game or at 778 North Main Street or by calling 330-717-4441. $1,500 from each raffle will go toward a scholarship for the Hubbard Youth Coalition.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
2:39 left here in the first half. Liberty Center takes a 21-14 lead on a 65-yard drive. Seeley, the lineman, gets into the end zone on an 18-yard touchdown run. And a little bit odd, Coach. I don't know if I would have seen that one coming. He was lined up a wing on the right side. Yeah. Usually bring him in for an extra blocker, but they're like, give the big guy the ball.
Yes, because I sure missed that number. I was looking and looking and looking. That was a surprise. That's what you want.
So Rosebrook to kick this one off, but it's going to fall off the tee here as the wind is a factor tonight, although the ball hasn't been thrown much. So they'll give it one more shot here. And Rosebrook actually kicked the ball off the tee himself this time. So frustrating here with this wind, but Liberty Center moving from right to left on your devices. Rosebrook putting a boot into it. This one's going to stay on the ground at the 30, picked up at the 26-yard line, and they'll go down on a knee. So 2:38 left here to work for South Range, 2 timeouts. And South Range with an opportunity to tie this one up. Now, Liberty Center wins the toss, the coin toss initially. They defer to the second half. So South Range maybe with a little bit more urgency to score on this drive.
Yeah, I mean, if they just got to do what they've been doing. I mean, they've been hitting things. Meninges has been getting some runs. Troy's been getting them. So, they just got to do it. Don't just do it methodically. Don't push it. Got plenty of time.
So Toy in a shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. Dominguez to his right. Dominguez, quick pass out to the near side, intended for Nagy. Went off his fingertips and into the Liberty Center sideline. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for South Range. 2:34 left here first half.
Yeah, Cam Kale was right there, too, because, oh, boy, I thought he picks that. That's an easy touchdown.
Dangerous pass here, and I can only imagine what it's like trying to get that ball out to the flats like that.
Yeah.
In this cold wind, again, we've had some snow and some rain here today around the Northeast Ohio area as Dominguez now line up to the right of Toy. Twin receivers to the far side. They'll move a man in motion from left to right. Back to pass is Toy looking downfield, looking for Nagy. Nagy couldn't turn his head around, and it'll be incomplete. 3rd and 10 now for South Range. Toy took a little bit of a shot, but no flag on the play.
Yeah, Grandy Miller was right there, and Blake Garber was right there too. So that could have been deadly for South Range. So I just say keep running the ball, do what you've been doing because you've been gouging them for some yardage here.
2:29 left here first half. Toy in the shotgun again, back to his left. They'll send a man in motion from right to left. He'll line up as the tight end. Toy rolling out to the far side, looking downfield, fires it. It's going to be caught at the 38-yard line, maybe to 37, depending on where they mark it. And the line judge is going to say first down for South Range. So Tristan Toy able to fire that one downfield. They get just enough to move the markers. So right back to the line, 2:19 left. Clock will begin to run. Toy with the hand up to Dominguez. He'll work out towards the 40. And the clock will continue to run with 2:10 left here.
Yeah, on that play, we're trying to get numbers because they were all bunched up and hurried. That was Gavin Nagy on that catch. It was a great job on the outside. So still got plenty of time. You're under 2 minutes right now. You got a lot of time.
Toy rolling out, fires. It's going to be picked up at the 40-yard line. And they're going to say incomplete pass. I thought Cam Cauley picked that off. He broke on that ball coming out to the near sideline, and it looked like for sure he had it. But that's going to bring up.
Oh, wait a minute.
Not sure what we got going on here. They're marked the ball at the 40-yard line.
He said it was incomplete. The cap said incomplete. So I'm confused.
But Liberty Center's in the huddle at the 47. Ball's marked at the 40. So it's going to be Liberty Center ball here. 1st and 10. 1:51 left here in this first half. Send a man in motion from left to right. They'll hand it off up the middle. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Waylon Rents into the end zone. 40 yards for the Liberty Center touchdown. And they increase their lead to 27-14 with 1:42 left here in the half.
Yeah, I think South Range offensively got off there. Again, do what you do best. And they got away from it. And then, again, trying to fit something in there, and that just was not good. And you're not going to hold this Liberty Center team down long. You give them the ball, they're going to come at you.
Rents with his second touchdown of the night. Gives Liberty Center the 27-14 lead. Rosebrook in for the extra point. He'll put a boot into it, and it's up and good. 1:42 left here in the first half. It's Liberty Center 28, South Range 14. We'll step aside for a break. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240. We're back right after this.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532. We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
1:42 left here in the first half. Liberty Center adds another touchdown on a 40-yard run by Waylon Rents, the 5'11", 205-pound senior.
Yeah. He hit that hole, and there was touchdown all the way. You were not denying that. And he grabbed the gear, and he was in the end zone. So South Range has got to buckle down here. can't panic. They usually don't, so let's see what they can do.
Yeah, one thing they've been known for, again, is their ability to kind of keep their patience. But on that one, their coach, it looked like they got a little bit, I won't say panicky here, but they were trying to throw the ball and maybe got out of their game a little bit.
Yeah, and that's what I saw. Don't worry about that.
Rosebrook to put the boot in this one, line drive. It'll hit near the 18-yard line. Be picked up at the 15. It'll be Toy with the ball out to the 25 and then out to the 26-yard line. 1:37 left here, second quarter. South Range with 2 timeouts. They trail by 2 scores. And see what Coach Dave Rock has in mind here for this last drive. Again, Liberty Center going to get the ball to start the third quarter.
Yeah, he was brought down by Max Waller. I'll tell you what, he was right there on him. Young man wanted to get in there, and he did. He dropped him. So now let's just be smart football. 1:37, run the ball, get what you can get in the half, make adjustments. You can break something, great. Just be careful.
So 3 receivers to the near side this time. Have a tight end to the left. Toy in the shotgun. Back to pass, 3-step drop, steps up, fires. Ball's going to be tipped at the line, incomplete. Had some time there, but
that looked like Spangler got a big paw up there and knocked her down. So,
indeed, he did. And, Coach, he did the one thing you teach a defensive lineman is if you can't get in there, get your hands up.
Yep, get up in the air, get them big paws up there, knock it down. That's as good as a sack.
2nd and 10 now for South Range. Twin receivers to the near side, wing to the left. Toy with the handoff off the left side, nowhere to go. And it's going to be picked up by Liberty Center. It was a fumble into the end zone. A 26-yard touchdown return by Liberty Center. And it looked like he just pulled it out of the pile, Coach. I don't even know who it was or where it came from.
Well, while I was watching the play, he was getting knocked back. I just assumed that they were going to blow the whistle. That should have been just...
Looked like maybe the momentum was stopped.
Yes, the momentum and forward progress was stopped. That ball should have been blown. They were knocking him back. Bad call.
So that'll add a touchdown for Liberty Center. I believe that might be Kellen Weimer, the 6'5", 240-pound sophomore, as they'll run a 2-point conversion out to the near side, toss it back across the field and into the parking lot. Well, don't be knocked away. 1:22 left here in the half. Liberty Center with a 34-14 lead over South Range, and maybe a little bit of a controversial play there, Coach.
Well, here's my gig on this, Jim. This is what I mean. When you're going forward and they're pushing a pile and they're doing that, I understand. He was going in reverse. That should have been called. That should have been a dead ball. He should have been done. They should have brought it back. That was a horrible call by those officials. There's no way that should have been that. He was getting knocked back 3 or 4 or 5 yards. His momentum was stopped. He's going in reverse. Bad call.
So Weimer with the strip. At least we believe so. And again, the problem we're having up here is there's moisture between the panes in the glass. So it's hard to see anything up here. But nonetheless, Liberty Center with a 34-14 lead with 1:22 left here in the first quarter. This has been a long, probably last 40 or 50 seconds.
Yep. Hey, I was just thinking of something. Repair that glass. He could come in and repair our glass and and fix our windows. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, certainly. All our kickoffs and field goals are brought to you by Repair That Glass. Accidents happen. It's why you need Repair That Glass, offering a full range of automotive glass repairs. For an appointment, call 330-534-3192. Rosebrook with the boot into it. It'll stay on the ground and be picked up at the 27, but the returner will take a knee. And I think that was going to be Jimmy Powell. Tried to get up and run, but then realized he went down on one knee. So not the NFL. They'll go down, and they will see where they're going to mark it officially. But
maybe 30. It looks like 30-yard line.
Looks like they're going to mark it right at the 30-yard stripe. 1:20 left here in the first half. South Range desperately looking to get into the end zone. We have far different 34-21 than it would be 34-14. As Toy now in the shotgun, twin receivers to the far side. Wing to the right. Handoff on the reverse to the left side. He'll try to get upfield out to the 30, 35, and down near the 39-yard line. He'll head out of bounds, and Troy Combs on the carry for South Range.
Yeah, that was a great job. I'll tell you, good run. I didn't get who was up blocking, and somebody sealed that corner, the corner coming up, and that was a great job, whoever it was. I did not get a number on that because they were in a hurry up.
Second and 3 now is Toy from the shotgun. He'll hand it off the left side. Nowhere to go. Lose a couple yards on the play. I believe that was going to be maybe Smesko on the carry. And Dominguez will come back in to replace him. 3rd and 3 now for South. 3rd and 5 for South Range. Under a minute to play here, first half. Toy in the shotgun. He'll move Dominguez from his right hip to his left. Twin receivers to the near side. Back to pass. Toy looking out to his left. Fires over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended for Tommy Titus. He took a shot to the chest. That'll stop the clock. With 41 seconds left here, it's going to be 4th and 5 for South Range. And it looks like they're going to have to punt this one away.
Yeah, Mr. Rentz was there waiting for him. So the ball went over his head, but he popped him.
Rentz having a good night on the offensive side. He's got 2 touchdowns so far here, as Liberty Center has the 34-14 lead over South Range. Warschak going to drop the snap, but he'll get this one away. It'll be an end-over-end kick, and not a bad one, as it'll hit inside the 40 and roll down near the 30-yard line, inside the 30 and to the 29. That's where Liberty Center will take over. 1st and 10, 28 seconds left here, second quarter. The Tigers with a 34-14 lead over the South Range Raiders.
Yeah, there's going to be some adjustments at halftime, Jim. You go with that. It's just they got to calm down a little bit. They seem like they're calm. They get in there, and then they get a little edgy. They've just got to play their game, stay in their alleys, and not get turned. And boy, South Range, that's happening to them. And I'm kind of surprised. They're well coached, and that just doesn't happen unless they're getting overpowered.
So Liberty Center going to go into a kneeling formation here with 28 seconds left. Miller will take the knee, and we will head to the half with Liberty Center leading South Range by a score of 34-14. And Liberty Center goes on to score 20 unanswered points after South Range ties it up at 14. But kind of one of those things, everything that could have gone wrong here after that did.
Yeah, it went wrong. I mean, the wheels fell out on some of the plays. But and I'm sorry, Jim, I disagree with the play. If a player is going backwards, that ball should be killed right then. But again, that's the rule where let them go. You know, as long as the ball's still moving, you could push him, you could do everything. But in that instance, it should have been blown dead. He went backwards. Whether they're pulling the ball or not, his progress was stopped.
Yeah, unfortunately for South Range, that call did not go their way. And Liberty Center returns that one for, I believe it was going to be 18 yards on the return for them to give them another 6 points here. They go into the locker room with a 34-14 lead. We'll step aside for the end of the second quarter break when we come back with a halftime show. Here from Byers Field in Parma, you're listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240. We're back after this.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532. The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with TrackMan, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on the iMedia One Network. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region and beyond in pursuit of a premier amateur football league championship. And if you're looking to continue your playing or coaching career after high school, college, or even the pros, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or call owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
Discount Power Sports at 778 North Main Street in Hubbard is hosting a raffle for a 125cc Pintura ATV. Tickets are $30 each and 100 tickets are available. For each raffle, when those 100 are gone, a winner will be drawn and a new raffle will begin. Tickets can be purchased at any Hubbard home game or at 778 North Main Street or by calling 330-717-4441. $1,500 from each raffle will go toward a scholarship for the Hubbard Youth Coalition.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School football game of the week on the iMedia One Network.
Halftime continues here from Byers Field in Parma, Ohio. The Liberty Center Tigers with a 34-14 lead going into the locker room, and a series of events here, Coach, leading to 20 unanswered points, including we will call a controversial fumble there. You felt that the forward progress was stopped, and then that Liberty Center got a free one there.
Yeah, I believe that. But then South Range got to come back and stop them, and they didn't. So, but that's the name of the game. But unfortunately, those guys out there that are in the stripes can make or break you. So it's just how it goes. You got to suck it up, and next play you got to dig in, and they did not.
Take a look at scoring recap. How did we get here? First quarter, 10:01 of the first frame. It would be Rents into the end zone on a 6-yard touchdown run for Liberty Center that would give them the 7-0 lead. And then just a few moments later, with 8:17 left on the punt return, Cam Cauley into the end zone, giving the Liberty Center Tigers a 14-0 lead. But South Range, they would put a couple things together here. 1:54 of the first quarter. It would be Aiden Dominguez on a 1-yard touchdown run that would give South Range on the board and make it 14-7. Second quarter action at 10:07. It would be Smesko on a 49-yard touchdown run for the South Range Raiders that would tie this up at 14. Things would start to unravel a little bit there for South Range afterwards. 2:39 of the second quarter. It would be Seeley from the wing right position, 18 yards into the end zone for Liberty Center. Followed up at 1:42 with Rents on his second touchdown of the night, 40 yards. And then with 1:22 left here, as Coach mentioned, it would be Weimer with the strip. He would get into the end zone, giving Liberty Center the 34-14 lead going into the locker room. And for South Range, again, we talk about their composure. They're really going to have to kind of really focus here in the second half. But if you're Coach Rock, what adjustments do you make other than eliminating the mistakes?
Well, that's what you got to look at. And not only that, they can't give them alleys like that. Where was the safety at? Where's the linebackers? Are these guards or whoever getting them linebackers are able to seal them off that bad? Because I want to tell you something, that hole, me, you, and Big Dave could have ran through that one. Believe me when I tell you, it was wide open.
Well, I want to take an opportunity to congratulate the Canton Akron Jets hockey team. They get the 3-1 win over Olentangy Berlin down in Westerville, as they are participating in a weekend tournament down there. And they are having a great season down there under head coach Sean Houston. And our favorite trombone player, number 81, he got an assist today. So point for the young man here as the Poland Bulldog trombone player gets the assist as the Canton Akron Jet Center. And they start out the weekend at 1-0. And of course, Coach, down in Columbus, it's a busy weekend down there as the Ohio State Buckeyes and the team up north will get reacquainted tomorrow at noon.
Yeah, we're going up to Louisville to Carol's brother's house, Danny, and I guess birthdays are in order, but we're gonna go up there and have a little party for the Ohio State Michigan game, and everybody wants to see little Mocha Joe, our little miniature dachshund that we picked up last Saturday.
So I'll have to put up on some social media.
Yes, I really have. She's the sweetheart. 2 months old housebroken, does a great job. She weighs about 4 pounds right now and rules the house. Believe me when I tell you.
And, Coach, more importantly, coming up tomorrow at 11:10 pregame as the Grove City Wolverines will head down to Baltimore, Maryland to take on John Hopkins in the second round of the NCAA Division III playoffs. Of course, that game brought to you by a name familiar to us, one Mark Means. And, of course, the professor, Ryan Briggs. And let me tell you, there isn't anybody in the world that knows more about this level of football than him. So we look forward to that. And watching Grove City Wolverines, their success just increases under Coach DiDonato. You know, you kind of get a special feeling when you're hanging around there and you get to see the true personality. And I'll tell you, the things that they sell there as far as the recruitment, they're not sales points. They're the way they do things.
Yeah.
And certainly we have had an opportunity to talk with Coach Maney and that. And I'll tell you, a couple of guys that I wouldn't have mind playing for. You know, of course, you were my number one. But
many a times you told me I was number one. Absolutely. But speaking of that, if you'd like to reminisce about the football field and the stadium up here.
Yeah, we talked about Byers Field here as Coach and I are familiar with this. Played a little of the minor league football level here. The Cleveland Warriors, they called this home for several years and got to come back up here now. We're doing it from the booth, and thankfully, because it is cold down there, 26 degrees, with a wind that we were down in the tunnels, and boy, was that painful.
Yeah, it cut through like a knife. Oh, my Lord. And let me tell you what, the girls are out there with their flags and stuff. They're holding on to them because let me tell you what, it's blowing from left to right here, and just it's cold.
They are much tougher than I will say that. So as I hope that young age will keep them warm, and because even up here in the press box here, again, with just a ton of media here, which is a great thing to see here for the South Range Raiders, for our local coverage, and even coverage in the region here. Again, this is Division 5, Liberty Center from Region 18 and South Range from Region 17. And we'll be looking at the other side of this bracket, and there's a familiar name over there for the South Range Raiders in Ironton. They played them in the 2022 state championship. South Range got the big win over them, but Ironton right now taking on West Liberty Salem. We'll see if we can pick up some scores from them from across the state. All that and more coming up here as after the break. Please stick around here as our own Mark Means had an opportunity to speak with former South Range head coach Dan Yeagley and one of the class acts in the Valley. We certainly miss him, but make no mistake, he was replaced by somebody that's carrying on that tradition. Dave Rock doing a great job here with South Range, but we will get to hear from former head coach Dan Yeagley right after the break here. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown. We're back after this.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on the iMedia One Network. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region and beyond in pursuit of a premier amateur football league championship. And if you're looking to continue your playing or coaching career after high school, college, or even the pros, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or call owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
Malutic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532. The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School football game of the week on the iMedia One Network.
Halftime continues between South Range and Liberty Center. We are joined by the former head coach of the South Range Raiders, the Hall of Fame coach, Dan Yeagley. Coach, it's been a couple years. It's good to catch up with you.
Oh, it's wonderful talking to you. That's one of the things I miss, being retired, and I miss talking to all the media and everybody, and I obviously miss the kids and the coaches too, but this is always a good time. I enjoy doing this.
So let's go back. It's only been a couple of years. How is retirement treating you?
Retirement's good. I highly recommend it if you're close. But I'm able to spend some time with my grandkids and my wife and do some things that we haven't been able to do in the past. But like I said, I still miss the kids. I still miss the coaches. Been still in contact with them regularly and get to see them during the games and after the games. And I talk to Coach Rock on a regular basis, which is good. It's a lot of fun.
Now, I know you've only been away from the program a couple of years, so there's still some players on the roster that you coached before retirement. What have you thought about this season? It's been pretty special.
Oh, it is very special. That's a great group of young men, and I knew when I stepped down that he's going to have a couple good groups in a row. He's going to be able to do some special things with these young men, and he has. I mean, it's not a surprise because Coach Rock is a phenomenal coach. He's a good leader, and he's got a great staff, and these kids, like I said, are pretty special. There's 20 of them or 22 of them, and they're very good leaders, very good men, and they understand that what they have to do in the Raider tradition and how to play Raider football.
Coach, I've been following this program and covering it for a long time now, and it seems like there's a few names that have just become legacy-type names in the program that you see on the roster year in and year out.
Oh, yes. I mean, you're talking about the Toys and the Dominguezes and the Krauses and those guys, and Lallies. I mean, there's some great names there and great athletes, and and they're not done. There's going to be more Toys coming up, and then you got some new faces, some new freshmen and everything else that are making a huge impact because they're great athletes. And, that's one of the things that makes South Range special is you do get people coming back, and then you get to coach their kids, and it keeps the program going.
Coach, I think back to 2019 when I interviewed you just after the announcement was made that South Range was joining the NE8, and you talked to me about being the smallest school in the league and what a challenge it would be to compete with the programs in the conference at the time. And, well, South Range lost their first two games in 2019 in the league, and they haven't lost since, so I think you guys have figured something out pretty good.
Yes, I mean, it's the kids understood. I mean, we were independent for 2 years, and luckily we were able to play some tough independent teams during that time, and we were able to show the kids that, you don't get a week off. It's every week you've got to prepare, and our kids bought into it. I mean, matter of fact, our last game that we lost was against Niles, and we were winning and ended up losing it at the end in overtime. But our kids understand that these are great programs that we're playing now. The NE8's a great league, and you got to prepare. I mean, you got to prepare week in and week out. That there's no weeks off. There's great coaches, great athletes, great teams, great traditions that you got to play with, and the kids bought into it and understand how they have to prepare. And Coach Rock's done a great job preparing them and getting them ready to play week in and week out, and carrying on that tradition.
Have you had a chance to stop and think about the program and the legacy that you developed that now is in Coach Rock's hands, where a team on your schedule every season, that's a game they circle in red. That's a key game for them, knowing that they're playing the South Range football team.
Well, I think it has to do more with the kids than a legacy of mine or even Coach Rock, because kids know what they have to do, and the kids understand how important it is that and who they're representing. I mean, they're playing for something bigger than themselves. And when you get the kids today understanding that it's not about them, it's about their teammates, it's about the colors, it's about the school, it's about the family, it's about the community. They're playing for something bigger. Then you know it's special, and our kids understand that, and it's awesome to see. It's awesome to follow and awesome to watch it, and how special South Range is, and how the kids understand how special South Range is.
It seems like so many things have happened over the years. When I first started covering your games, you were playing at the other facility. Now you've got a beautiful, still new, state-of-the-art facility that rivals anything in the Valley.
Yeah, I mean, success helps, obviously, but the people in the community have been very supportive of our program. They understand that this is who we're playing, and they go to these different schools and their facilities, and they want to be recognized as a great community and a great community supporting their school and their athletics and their academics and everything. So people have came through and helped out a lot, and we've been fortunate to have great administration to help build this program, build the facilities up to be just like everybody else's, if not.
Coach, appreciate a couple minutes of your time. It's always fantastic to catch up. I appreciate it, and let's do this again sometime.
I'd love to. Mark, thank you so much again for supporting South Range and all you've done throughout the years, not just for me, but for Coach Rock and the whole South Range community. Thank you again for supporting us. We really appreciate it.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on the iMedia One Network. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region and beyond in pursuit of a premier amateur football league championship. And if you're looking to continue your playing or coaching career after high school, college, or even the pros, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or call owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School football game of the week on the iMedia One Network.
Just about to wrap up halftime here at Byers Field in Parma, Ohio, where the Liberty Center Tigers have a 34-14 lead over the South Range Raiders. And Liberty Center will get the ball to start the second half here, Coach. So the winning the toss and deferring to the second half advantage to Liberty Center for that.
Yeah, you better try to get a 3 and out if you can. Because if you get down, they go down and score, it could be the wrong rest of the game. So they've got to come out defensively and get it done and slow this team down. It's a very good football team. They obviously could score at any time, but, again, mistakes will kill you. but you can't battle everybody on the field.
Yeah, and we've seen South Range play from behind before, but by no more than 14 points. So this is a new situation for him here in 2024. But maybe you don't really have to get out of what you do well there offensively, but defensively, they're going to have to step up and make some plays, cause some turnovers, and some 3-and-outs.
Yeah, you've got to tighten up. There's no doubt. You got to tighten that. The linebackers have got to hold their ground and come up and fill those holes, and they've got to wrap these guys up because I'll tell you what, Liberty, they hit the hole well, and the running backs are strong, hard runners. They're always leaning forward. So, outstanding job by the Liberty Center. But South Range, they've not been in this situation, so this is going to be interesting on how they come out and see what they do for defensively. Because if they come out and lay an egg in this first series, that could be a long rest of the day for South Range.
Coach, over in Division III at the half, it is the Ursuline Irish 6, Toledo Central Catholic nothing.
Wow. We knew, I tell you what, I've kind of been around Toledo Central Catholic, just listening and watching them and stuff. And I'll tell you what, that is a great program out there. So they got to be on their toes. Ursuline's got to be on their toes because they're another one. Could probably score fast, and they're, again, good speed there.
Now, Ursuline looking to get the win over the defending state champions. Whereas in a tight battle there, 6-0. So I'm assuming 2 field goals here was reported initially 3-0. Thanks to Mark Means, who is listening in from Baltimore, Maryland. Again, I want to remind you, tomorrow at 11:10 a.m., it's the pregame show for the Grove City Wolverines as they get ready for the second round of the NCAA Division III playoffs. Got a bye last week, but they got to go on the road down to Baltimore to John Hopkins. And first thing I think of, Coach, I think of surgeons down there.
Yeah.
So,
no, hospital, John Hopkins Hospital, absolutely. But see, what I would do is I'd have my tickets for, even though they're the Ravens, I would have loved that you do Grove City and then you go to a Ravens game and then you come home.
That would probably be a great idea. But you know what? I don't know. I'm not sure Mark's a traveler there.
Well, he doesn't like to drive, and we understand that. I mean, it just – so Briggsy got to be driving him, right?
I would have, yeah. Ryan Briggs going to be driving there. He'll be driving the rental car.
That's great.
We're going to keep track of the keys this time. And I made a mistake. I don't know if Chris Birch is going down there with them. So, Mark, if you're listening, I want to give Chris a shout-out, too, as well. He's the sidekick for Mark there. And between the three of them, do a great job there on the Wolverine Sports Network. Thankful for having them on Saturdays here. Some of the games we have produced for them. That is a privilege, as it is a privilege here for Western Reserve Radio to be on Sports Radio 1240. And of course, we want to thank Bill Kelly, Charlie Conley, and everybody over at South. And you can't forget Ben Slagle, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
That guy can make anything work.
And I'll tell you what, I was honored to actually call a Grove City game with Mark. I enjoyed myself. That was fun.
What a great atmosphere.
I love it.
Great
there.
people over there as we get ready to kick this third quarter off, as Luke Starkey will put his boot into this one, and it'll be caught at the 15-yard line, brought out to the 20, 25, and tap dance out near the 30-yard line. And that's where the Tigers will start, 1st and 10. Jackson Bartles on the return, the 5'10", 185-pound senior for Liberty Center. And, of course,
Jim.
Of course, all kickoffs and field goals are brought to you by Repair That Glass. Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass, offering a full range of automotive glass repairs. For an appointment, call 330-534-3192. And, Coach, this third quarter is brought to you by the Mahoning Valley Federals. After a 2024 playoff appearance, the Mahoning Valley minor league football team is building for the 2025 season. For more information, call General Manager John Galbraith at 330-540-1099. Miller under center. He'll send a man on high motion, give it a quick hitter, and it's going to be brought down in the backfield. Actually going to fight forward, maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but South Range sniffing that one out on the quick hitter to the fullback. And it's going to be 2nd and 10 now for Liberty Center.
Andrew Bryan absolutely shot it looked like the A-gap, and he just blew that thing up in the backfield. But again, the running back was able to lean, and he didn't lose any yards. But I'll tell you what, great shot by that was an outstanding defensive play by that young man.
Cam Colley checking in for Liberty Center, 2nd and 10 now. The Tiger 31-yard line, 11-17 left here, third quarter, just underway. Wing to each side, single receiver to the near side. They'll send a wing in motion from right to left, hand off to the tailback. Upfield out to the 32-yard line. May give him the 33. So he'll pick up maybe 2 on the play. And South Range coming out physical here in the first couple of plays of the third quarter.
Yeah, Luke Starkey saw a gap, and boy, did he shoot it.
And, Coach, do we have a flag here thrown by the umpire? Or indeed we do.
This could be something maybe.
So our centerman, head linesman, and an umpire.
Oh, personal foul.
So dead ball, personal foul coming up against Liberty. I didn't see anything that I would consider.
Well, we don't have ears down there, Jim. So sometimes there could be some language going on, and the officials hear it, and they're going to call it, which they should.
Do coaches ever do that, Coach?
Never. I would never do that. No. At least not to my high school kids in 7th and 8th grade. I'd never do that. Now, on the other hand,
3rd and 24 for Liberty Center. 10:58 left here, third quarter. Miller in the shotgun. One running back to his left. He'll take it himself. Off the left side, out past the 20. Down near the 22-yard line. And it'll bring up 4th down. They would have had to get to the 41 for a first down. And South Range stops them on their first series. Nagy will step back for the punt return with 10:41 left here, third quarter. The Raider defense gets it done.
Yeah, and Nagy was actually on that tackle. He's the original hitter on defense, so this will be real interesting now.
Max Walker posting up around his own 9-yard line. High snap, he'll bring it down. He'll get it away. Nagy calling for the fair catch at the 45-yard line. And South Range will start off with decent field position at their own 45-yard line. 10:22 left here, third quarter. And the Raiders need to put something together here to close this gap.
Yeah, so just, stick with your offense. Do what you've done all year. Run the ball, throw if you can, but don't force anything. Do what you could do. Feed Meninges. Let's make sure that he gets a lot of carries in that and do what he's got to do. And that's going to be the key to that.
Yeah, Aiden Dominguez has been shut down a little bit here early here, but he'll be back in the ball game right behind Toy. Single receiver to each side. They'll go wing left. Dominguez now to the right of Toy. Toy with the handoff to Dominguez. He'll drag a few players and make it out near midfield. And they'll say he was down right at the midfield stripe with 10-11 left here, third quarter. That'll be a pickup of 5. 2nd and 5 now for the Raiders.
Again, Jim, do what you do best. That's all you got to do. Don't get out of your element here. You're 2 scores down. You got a whole half to go. You'll be fine as long as you keep stopping them.
So Toy in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the far side. Dominguez with the ball again. He'll make it back out to the 50. Probably didn't gain much after that. So it'll be 3rd and 5 now. Actually, it looks like they're going to give him credit for a yard. So 3rd and 4 for South Range.
Yeah, he ran into his blocker, and that's what slowed us down. And, his whoever was out there blocking didn't get a good push out of his guy. Somebody shot through, and Dominguez ran into him. So
3rd and 4 now from the Liberty Center 49-yard line. Toy in a shotgun. Twin receivers on the near side. Man in motion from left to right. Toy will keep it himself upfield. And he'll fight his way forward past the 45, inside the 45, down to the 44. And that should be enough for a South Range first down.
Yeah, and Liberty Center's there was about 5 guys that hit him when they finally got to him. So, again, we didn't see Tristan Toy run too much in the first half, so maybe they'll start running him a little bit more.
Twin receivers to the near side. Nagy's on the outside. Toy with the handoff to Smesko. Smesko going to run into a host of Liberty Center Tigers. Going to lose 2 yards on the play. They'll push him back to the 46-yard line. 2nd and 12 now for South Range. Clock will continue to run here. 8:34. Liberty Center with a 34-14 lead.
I think Toy needs to start pulling that and really messing with the defense. Get them thinking, because he's just been handing it off straight off a lot of plays. So they're just chipping away at that. They've seen what he got, and they're taking it defensively.
Twin receivers on the far side. Nagy will be the single receiver to the near side. 3-step drop by Toy. Going to elude one tackle. Going to bring it upfield himself past the 44, down near the 43-yard line. So he'll get back near the original line of scrimmage, but it's going to bring up 3rd and 9 now for South Range.
Yeah, I really thought he was going to break that to the outside. If he could have done that, now he had some clear sailing. He's cut in, and there was just too many of the black jerseys there.
So twin receivers to the right of Toy. Dominguez to his left hip. Single receiver to the far side. 3rd and 9. Back to pass. 3-step drop. Fires out to the left. And it's going to be knocked away and intercepted at the 34-yard line. Liberty Center gets it on the tip. And it's a turnover for the Tigers. They'll have the ball 1st and 10. 7:30 left here, 3rd quarter. So after forcing a 3-and-out, South Range turns the ball back over on the Liberty Center side of the field.
And I believe that was Thomas Moeller that was able to get that ball.
He'll catch it off the tip.
Yeah, he was aware, and he was able to get it done.
So Tom Moeller will head to the sideline. Let's call it be the single receiver to the far side. They'll go wing to the right. Single receiver to the near side. Miller in the shotgun. Man in motion. He'll give it to him off the left side. That'll be that right wing again. Upfield. Past the 45, down near the 47-yard line. And trying to get a number on the ball carrier who comes up a little bit beat up, but nonetheless with another great run. And that's going to be Garrison Cruz on the carry, the 6'2", 210-pound sophomore.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jim. The problem is South Range has got to shift over to that jet motion, and they're just sitting there, and they're getting outmanned on that jet motion because they're coming from the strength. They're staying with the strength.
Two wings with a running back in the back, man in motion. They'll give it to the left wing in the motion, and hemmed up at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be Tom Moeller on the carry.
And Mr. Meninguez was able to get through his block, was able to get that down into made the tackle in the backfield, got dragged a bit, so.
Aiden Dominguez, the 6'2", 200-pound senior. And he's a pretty big guy there. He's built more like a linebacker than he is a running back, but
I'll take that running back.
Yeah, certainly.
Especially the way he could run.
Now Colley will be the receiver to the far side, wing to the right, single receiver to the near side. Liberty Center moving right to left on your devices. Miller with a man in motion. He'll hand it off to the right wing, going to the left side. Contact made in the backfield, but he'll fight forward. That's going to be Cruz into South Range territory, down to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, Dylan Semesco had him in the backfield. I mean, he had him all the way, and then it just
No, actually give him the 47, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, he just didn't get him wrapped up. And you're not going to bring these guys down with arm tackles. You've got to wrap them up, regardless if you're running them from behind.
3rd and 4 for Liberty Center. 5:48 left here, 3rd quarter. Garber will be the single receiver to the far side, tight ends to each side. They go two backs in the backfield, Miller under center. Miller with the pitch out to the far side. It's going to be Rentz. And he'll be hemmed up after a couple-yard gain. Actually going to drive his legs forward here. I'll give the officials here have let people go a little bit here. We talked about the fumble earlier with the stopped momentum. But he'll get out to the 44-yard line, we believe. So pick up of 3. It's going to be 4th and 1 for Liberty Center.
And that looks like they're going.
The way they're playing as physical they are.
Hunter Spangler coming in. And
you look at these guys. I mean, these are some, you can tell they spent some time in the weight room.
Oh, yeah. Zeter's in there.
So T formation, Miller under center. 3 running backs right behind him. He's going to take it himself forward, and he should have enough for a Liberty Center first down. So Grady Miller using his 6'4", 210-pound frame on the quarterback sneak to get the Liberty Center first down. 4:40 left here, 3rd quarter. Liberty Center with a 34-14 lead over South Range. As Noah Hammontree going to check in, the 6'1", 200-pound tight end. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Go back to the T formation. They'll have a receiver just outside the tackle. He'll be on the hash marks. Handoff. And a spin and a move through the middle. And he'll make his way down to the 21-yard line. Another first down for Liberty Center. Moeller on the carry again for Liberty Center. And A big run.
Yeah, Gavin Hiscock, thank God, was there because it was off and running. But he actually went through, it looked like 3 tackles, Jim. They are just not wrapping them up. You're not going to bump these guys over. They're hard runners, and right now, South Range is in trouble because they're driving.
Not getting the penetration in the back, making contact, but can't bring him down. As Cauley, there will be the single receiver to the far side. Miller will go back under center, wing to each side. He'll hand it off to the tailback, Whithair, up the field. And he'll drive his legs inside the 5 and down near the 3-yard line. First and goal now for Liberty Center. 3:40 left here in the third quarter. And the Tigers driving downfield, driving over South Range.
Yeah, Gavin Nagley, he went for a ride because these guys, he's just outmanned. Nagy just didn't have enough body with him because he was just getting dragged as he was going down. And these guys are determined to get into the end zone, so I'll give them that credit.
So Miller back under center. He'll have 2 backs in the backfield. Wing to the right. They'll send him in motion from right to left. They'll hand it off to the wing. And close to the end zone. They're going to say touchdown. Thought he came up a little bit short, but they'll say he broke the plane. And Liberty Center adds 6 more. It's 40-14 in favor of the Tigers.
Yeah, Michael Claiborne, or Chad Bourne, was on that, but he was just able to sneak that in. So
that's going to be Rentz into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night. After South Range stops Liberty Center on their first drive, they throw an interception, and Liberty Center capitalizes on it. And they get into the end zone with 3:12 left here in the third quarter.
We had a penalty. We got procedure on the offense.
Maybe on the extra point.
I don't think that'll be a problem. Look like he booted that plenty through.
So we'll give it a shot again. As they'll set up for this conversion. Waylon Rentz into the end zone for Liberty Center. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it is good. 3:12 left here, third quarter. Liberty Center takes a 41-14 lead over the South Range Raiders. We'll step aside for a timeout. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240. We're back right after this.
Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it.
The Mahoning Valley Federals is the area's minor league football team. After only 2 years in existence and an appearance in the league playoff semifinal game, the Federals are looking to add Valley High School and college talent to help take the next step toward a league championship. For more information on how to become part of the Federals' journey, go to Facebook at the Mahoning Valley Federals Developmental Football Team or contact General Manager John Galbraith at 330-540-1099. The Mahoning Valley Federals, honoring the football tradition in the Valley.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
3:12 left here, third quarter. Liberty Center with a 41-14 lead over the South Range Raiders here in this Division 5 semifinal. Liberty Center looking to get to that state championship game, and maybe we'll see if we can try to get a score from the other side of this bracket. And that bracket includes Ironton, who South Range is very familiar with as they take on West Liberty Salem. Rosebrook keeping this one on the ground. It'll head down, be picked up at the 13-yard line, out to the 15, 20, and out to the 22-yard line. And that's where South Range will take over first and 10 with 3:07 left here, third quarter. Things looking a little bleak for the Raiders as they trail 41-14.
Yeah, it's not looking good right now. They have got to do what they got to do. Got to get it done. It's just not looking good for South Range. They got to put something together.
Quite frankly, Coach, just been out physical here up and through the first 3 quarters. As Toy now in the shotgun, twin receivers to the near side. Back to pass, looking over the middle, going to toss it, and it's going to be intercepted at the 43-yard line and knocked out at the 38. Liberty Center will take over first and 10 with 3 minutes left here in this third frame. And you can tell the Tigers starting to feel it here. as they looked ahead to the Division 5 state championship next week.
Well, I hate to say it, but they've taken South Range out of their element. South Range is a basically running team that throws off of it, and they just don't have it. And they're getting well defended by Liberty Center. Liberty Center is on it. Their DBs are all over it. Of course, that ball just hung, and it should have never been thrown, but beside the point.
So 1st and 10 for Liberty Center at the 38-yard line on the South Range side of the field. 3 minutes left here, third quarter. Wing to each side. Single running back. Miller under center. Single receiver to the near side. Quick hitter. Handoff to the running back. And he'll drag some Raiders upfield and down to the 20-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Tiger first down, and Liberty Center continues to just move downfield at will.
Yeah, they just South Range is just not tackling. I mean, they had them in the backfield solid, but these runners are just strong, and they just cannot get them down.
Yeah, a lot of you see reaching up high, and you're not going to battle with them up top like that.
No.
So back to the same formation. Single receiver to the near side. Miller under center. Send a man in motion. We'll give it to the wing. Moving right to left, and be brought down in the backfield. Well read by the South Range Raiders. Chadmore on the tackle for South Range.
Yeah, that was a great job. All their running is what we called it back in the day. I ran it for 1 year. It was called the flex bone. All you have is a single back, and then quarterback's under center, and then two wings. It's kind of like the old Navy and Army offense.
That's more or less what this offense has been. Again, quick hitter to the single running back. He'll be hit at the line of scrimmage, brought down. Well, actually going to pick up a yard on the play, so 3rd and 1 now for Liberty Center. Ball at the South Range 21-yard line. I'll say 23, actually. Excuse me.
Yeah, Heath Krause was able to get in there and slow that down. So, again, this is 2-down territory. I don't think they're going to even bother trying to kick a field goal. So I really think they're just going to go for it because South Range really hasn't stopped them to this point.
Garber and Colley, the twin receivers to the far side. They'll move Krause through out there as well. So trip receivers to the right. And we're going to have a flag on the play. I think that's going to be an illegal motion coming up against Liberty Center. As our line judge and head linesman will come together, they'll talk about this one. We'll get the final decision to our referee tonight. And it's going to be a dead ball encroachment coming up against South Range. So when it rains, it pours.
Yeah. Said, unfortunately, the wheels are coming off big time for South Range. And you got 1:16 to go in the third quarter, and they've been dominated already in this half.
So 3rd and 7 now for Liberty Center at the South Range 17-yard line. 3 receivers to the far side. Liberty Center going to keep this one. Quarterback keeper off the left side down to the 15-yard line.
I see another flag. I did.
Caden Kreinbrink.
Give me holding. There it is.
Well, hold against Liberty Center, so something actually goes right for South Range. But Caden Kreinbrink in at quarterback now, 6'1", 195-pound junior. And some good size here for a Division 5 team here, Coach. There's not only height, but got some girth on him. You can tell they spent some time in the weight room in that offseason.
Yeah, absolutely. He's, they've taken their hits over the years, but right now they're doing what they got to do. They want it bad. It's right there, and they know they're good enough. 11-0 going into this game.
Single receiver to each side. Kreinbrink now in the shotgun. Running back to his left, wing to the right. Hand off on the counter, and a reverse down to the 20-yard line, and kind of a modified 44 scissors there, Coach.
Yep. It's exactly what it looked like.
So instead of getting the handoff from the quarterback, you'll get it from the halfback. Counter from the right to the left. And they'll mark the ball at the 20-yard line.
And we are going to try to, I don't know.
Yep, 20 seconds left here. We'll probably be able to run this one down. Actually, 15 seconds left on the play clock. 17 on the game clock here in the third quarter. as they're going to attempt a 37-yard field goal. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it is
no good.
No good. And the clock will hit zeros for the third quarter here at Byers Field in Parma. It's Liberty Center leading South Range by a score of 41-14. We'll step aside for a timeout. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240. We're back on the other side.
Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it.
The Mahoning Valley Federals is the area's minor league football team. After only 2 years in existence and an appearance in the league playoff semifinal game, the Federals are looking to add Valley High School and college talent to help take the next step toward a league championship. For more information on how to become part of the Federals' journey, go to Facebook at the Mahoning Valley Federals Developmental Football Team or contact General Manager John Galbraith at 330-540-1099. The Mahoning Valley Federals, honoring the football tradition in the Valley.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club fitting center, and an Odyssey fitting studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112. We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
Cross on the motion, downfield, past midfield, and down to the 44-yard line. Big run for South Range here as we enter the fourth quarter. I want to thank our third quarter sponsor, the Mahoning Valley Federals. And there's going to be a hold coming up against South Range. Big run coming back there, Coach.
Unfortunately, Jim, when it rains, it pours.
Indeed, that has been the mantra for tonight. And, of course, it is time for everybody's fourth quarter in the Valley, the Lena's Pierogi House fourth quarter. Lena's is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Visit Lena's on Facebook to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Call Lena's at 330-254-8532. John Galbraith had a nice meeting with him the other day, telling us about some of the things that was going on with the Federals. They'll have some announcements coming up after the first of the year. South Range will have the ball. Well, it's going to be first and 20 at the 10-yard line. Toy in a shotgun. Pass over the middle. He's going to lead the receiver too far. Incomplete. And trying to get a number on that. I believe that's going to be Heath Krause, the intended receiver for South Range. It'll bring up 2nd and 20 for South Range. 11:48 left here in the game. South Range trailing by a score of 41-14.
Yeah, it's just you're just off today. It's just how it is.
So twin receivers to the far side. Send Krause in motion from left to right. He'll be the wing on the right now. Toy with the handoff, and he's met in the backfield. Nowhere to go.
Wow.
He'll lose another 3 or 4 yards on that. And they'll place the ball at the 7-yard line. So a loss of 3.
I don't know what bullet hit him, but holy mackerel, he almost took the handoff. He almost tackled Toy in the backfield. Holy mackerel. So somebody missed a block.
I think more than one. Whoa. 3rd and 23 now for South Range at their own 7-yard line. Toy in the shotgun, twin receivers to the near side. Hand up to Smesko. Smesko's going to turn it up and try to fight his way out near the 10, pick up a 3. You're going to be 4th and 20 now as South Range will definitely have to punt this one away. Jason Vorshak to come in to do the punting duties. 10:53 left here on our running clock. And we're not quite into a running clock here, but we're not too far from it, Coach.
Yeah.
Snap is back. Vorshak will get this one away. It's going to be a high punt, and it'll hit right around the 36-yard line. Take a South Range roll out to midfield, and that's where it will stop. With 10:28 left here in this game, Liberty Center will get the ball back, leading 41-14. And for South Range, a long way to go to come back from this one. Brady Miller going to bring the play in from the sideline.
When will the change be made?
Freinbrink has seen some action tonight here. Not as much as we've seen again like with the Poland Bulldog team with the switching back and forth from Vito Camaro and David Zippolitis, but single receiver to the far side this time. That'll be Blake Garber. Wing to the right. Quick handoff up the middle, out to the 45-yard line. Pick up a 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5 now for Liberty Center inside South Range territory.
Yeah, that was a quick hitter, but we were able to get that taken care of. Chadbourne was on the tackle. But again, that was a 5-yard gain. Can't have those yardage like that.
2nd and 5 at the South Range 45-yard line. 10 minutes left here in this game. South Range trailing 41-14 here in this Division 5 semifinal. Golly, a single receiver to the far side now. Miller under center, wing to the right. That'll be Cruz. 2 backs in the backfield. They'll hand it off the left tackle. Fight forward and get down to the 42-yard line. Pick up a 3. It'll be 3rd and 2 now for Liberty Center.
That'd be a good thing if they stopped them here. Maybe get a punt and get some points on the scoreboard.
Try to get you a Discount Power Sports scoreboard update on the Ursuline Irish as they take on Toledo Central Catholic in the Division III playoffs. Everybody in tight now for Liberty Center. We've seen this Coach T formation. Miller under center, right off the left side, inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line. Pickup of 3. And it's just enough for a Liberty Center first down.
You know, I hate to say it, Jim, but, watching these guys outside and inside blocking away from the play, I mean, they're just driving people off. The strength of Liberty Center is just, it's amazing. I'll tell you what, they're manhandling them. And South Range is just, they just don't have it today. And they've done what they had to do all year. And unfortunately, this team was better at this point.
Back in tight, Miller under center, wing to the left, ball on the ground, and covered up by the Tigers. 2nd and 10 now for Liberty Center. Bad snap on the exchange. Bad exchange on the snap. We'll get that one right.
Yeah. However, it meant the same.
Yeah, either way, it just didn't go right.
It didn't go right. Well, that's what you get when you bring another quarterback in. Sometimes there's a little difference in the center snap. They're not used to that backup, even though he probably gets a lot of time in. But again, hands are cold off the bench. And
want to take an opportunity to thank all of our sponsors, including Malutic Live. Of course, our Coaches Corner brought to you by Malutic Live, your home for high school sports. Follow them on social media, Malutic_live. Hand off to the tailback for Liberty Center. Out to the 40, driving down to the 39-yard line. Gets them back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's been a fun year. It's been exciting. And can't complain about weather all year. We were in beautiful sunshine and nice warm temperatures, and we got one basic rain day. And that was about it. So
they can go all the way back to August.
How about that? Yeah, but
it's the fastest 10 weeks of the year. This has been the fastest 15.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
So 2nd and 10 now for Liberty Center at the South Range 39-yard line. Miller under center. He'll hand it off. He'll actually keeping himself off the right side, trying to find some room to run. He'll make his way out to the 35-yard line, pick up a 4. It'll be 3rd and 6. Now for the Tigers. They lead 41-14 with 7:05 left here in this game.
Yeah, Luke Starkey was there, ran him out of bounds, and you could see body language with South Range, the difference. They're defeated, but they keep fighting, and you just got to keep going.
Division III playoff, Ursuline with a 6-0 lead over Toledo Central Catholic at last count. Toledo Central Catholic, the defending state champions. Miller goes back under center. Cruz in motion. They'll hand it off. Quick hitter right at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. And they'll bring up fourth and 6 now for Liberty Center as they try to wind this clock down. 6:24 left on the season for South Range. They trail 41-14.
Credit Chad Bourne with that tackle. He was on the initial, and the rest of his buddies pulled him backwards. We're punting now.
So Max Walker on the punt this one away for Liberty Center. We'll try to pin him back. Nagy will post up right around his own 7 or 8 yard line. And this ball will land at the 11 and roll inside the 5 yard line and out at the 2. And with 5:51 left here in this game, Liberty Center has a 41-14 lead. They'll mark the ball at the 2 yard line. South Range will have 98 yards to go if they want to get in the end zone again.
Yeah, it's when you see what's happening out here live, ladies and gentlemen, it's just you got to sit back and say it was meant to be. I mean, it's just they're getting all the breaks, all the rolls, and nothing, again, with South Range, they're doing what they need to do.
South Range going to go in tight, twin receivers to the near side. We're in the shotgun. Quick pass over the middle, and it's going to be picked off by Liberty Center at the 14 yard line. And the Tigers will have the ball in the red zone with 5:47 left here in this game. They already lead 41-14. Two more points, Coach. We're headed to a running clock.
No, I think at this point, I think all they're going to do is just run the ball. I don't think they're going to do anything fancy. No reason for it. I would get some subs in there. Don't get anybody hurt. 5 minutes to go. There's no reason for it. Start subbing.
I also want to thank Discount Power Sports for sponsoring our scoreboard update all season long. Discount Power Sports is your go-to store for discount ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bikes, and more. Visit Discount Power Sports at 778 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 330-717-4441. So Kreinbrink with the handoff. Up the middle, out to the 5, and into the end zone for the Liberty Center touchdown. That's Cruz on the 13-yard touchdown run. And we go into running clock now. The Tigers have a 47-14 lead over South Range.
Yeah, they're just, again, they're strong. They're and again, nothing against South Range, but they knew they were beaten, but just got to keep playing the game. Just got to keep going, gentlemen. It's how it goes.
Cruz gets into the end zone. Giving Liberty Center the 47-14 lead. Kick is up, and that extra point is good. 5:08 left here, fourth quarter. South Range trails Liberty Center by a score of 48-14. We'll step aside for a timeout. You are listening to Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240 WBBW in Youngstown. We're back right after this.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532. We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
5:08 left here in this game as we hit the top of the hour. 9 o'clock here in Northeastern Ohio. You are listening to Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown, a Cumulus media station. Again, I want to thank Bill Kelly, Charlie Conley, and of course Ben Slagle for all the work that they do on their end over at Cumulus and trusting us with their airwaves. Yeah. We've had some fun here. I'll tell you, Holbrook has to chase this ball down again. We're going to blow it off.
I just hope that we've represented our station and done well for them, gave them a good view of what we see and send that out the airwaves so people could listen in and get a picture of it. But we try to have some fun. We talk about a lot of stuff, and
I think we have too much fun sometimes.
Yeah, we do. We should be arrested. We have so much fun. But you laugh, but you still get it done, and that's what it is. We try to give you a good vision. So here we go for the kickoff.
No better place to be on a Friday night in the Mahoning Valley than a high school football game, and this one's going to be fielded at the 12-yard line, brought out to the 20, and out near the 24-yard line. The South Range will have the ball with 4:14 left here in the game, trailing Liberty Center by a score of 48-14. We are in a running clock now, as this clock will not stop. And South Range's season winding down here in the semifinals.
Little shout out to Troy Combs, who made that tackle coming off the sidelines.
So Toy in the shotgun, one running back to his left. Dave sending me a message, making me laugh, and right to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for South Range. Of course, we always have to thank the one and only Dave Ferris. Him and Matt Craven back in the Gessler Propane studio, pressing all the buttons. They have done a fantastic job. And I'll tell you, Matt Craven has, I don't know, he's got potential.
Really?
He's got potential.
I kept saying that to Noble when he was playing linebacker for us, but for some reason he just didn't want to hear it.
Toy in the shotgun. Send man in motion from right to left. Toy rolling out to the near side. He'll take the ball himself out to the 25 and be brought down to the 29. Pick up a 5 on the play. And Mark means a little surprised by the score as well. Seen South Range, they were the dominant team all year long. Ran into a couple bumps, a couple challenges, including with the Poland Bulldogs, but Liberty Center putting on a show tonight.
Very much so.
Just kind of brute force there, Coach. It's the only way you can describe it.
Yeah.
They'll give it to the man on the jet motion, out to the right side, out to the 30, and brought down at the 36-yard line. That'll be enough for a South Range first down with 2.5 minutes left in the season.
Looked like Troy Combs on that one, Coach.
We'll see if Matt said thank you.
But we got to change Lena's. We definitely got to change Lena's. We talk about Parois. I'm telling you right now, we got to lead in with the Paprikash. I'm telling you.
It's not Lena's Paprikash. It's Lena's Pierogi House.
Yes, but after you say that, then you go into the Paprikash and say, this is so good.
Have you ever seen a place that could put anything into a pierogi?
I'm waiting to hear. I'm waiting to see if they can get something like haddock or bass in it.
1:53 left here, and we're going to have a timeout. We'll keep it right here to finish this season out. Again, want to thank everybody who's involved here at Western Reserve Radio. Certainly want to thank the administration here with the Parma School District for having us here tonight. Of course, South Range, Coach Dave Rock, and everyone over there with the South Range Raiders for bringing us on this journey here in the postseason. I think it's safe to say we can say good luck to the Liberty Center Tigers. Absolutely. Looks like they're going to go on to win. I don't know what the other side of the bracket is doing here. Maybe somebody can send me a message. Let me know if who's winning the
Ironton and who's Ironton playing?
Ironton is playing West Liberty Salem.
There we go.
We'll see if we can get that score here. Ursuline with a 6-0 lead over Toledo Central Catholic.
Wow.
As South Range with the first down now. Ball at the 36-yard line. Handoff upfield for South Range. Make it out past the 40 down to the 41-yard line, maybe. See where they're going to mark it.
Yeah, they took a timeout so they could put some of their twos in, which is a class act because Liberty Center, then they could say, hey, you know what? I got into the championship game, and it makes kids feel good, throws them a little bone.
So 1:10 left here in this game. South Range will have the ball 2nd and 7 at their own 39. And off the right side again, out past the 40, up near the 42-yard line. Pick up a 2 or 3 on the play with less than a minute to go here in the 2024 season for the South Range Raiders. Liberty Center Tigers will move on next week to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton. They will compete for the Division V state championship. They'll either take on Ironton or West Liberty Salem. 30 seconds now left in here. South Range will take their time, send a man in high motion. Hand off there, bobble the snap, and get out to the 41-yard line.
And that should do her.
And with 22 seconds left on the game clock, 40 seconds on the play clock, that should wrap it up here as the Liberty Center Tigers, they get the 48-14 win over the South Range Raiders. The Raiders finished their season at 14-1. Liberty Center remains undefeated at 15-0. We're going to step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll have the postgame show here from Byers Field in Parma, Ohio. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio and Sports Radio 1240. We're back right after this.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on the iMedia One Network. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region and beyond in pursuit of a premier amateur football league championship. And if you're looking to continue your playing or coaching career after high school, college, or even the pros, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or call owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
Discount Power Sports at 778 North Main Street in Hubbard is hosting a raffle for a 125cc Pintura ATV. Tickets are $30 each and 100 tickets are available. For each raffle, when those 100 are gone, a winner will be drawn and a new raffle will begin. Tickets can be purchased at any Hubbard home game or at 778 North Main Street or by calling 330-717-4441. $1,500 from each raffle will go toward a scholarship for the Hubbard Youth Coalition. Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
We now return you to the Cleveland Cobras High School Football Game of the Week on the iMedia One Network.
Back here one last time at Byers Field in Parma, Ohio, as the Liberty Center Tigers get the 48-14 win over the South Range Raiders. And we're being told from back in the Gessler Propane studio that Ironton got a 63-21 win. So it will be Ironton and Liberty Center competing for the Division V state championship at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton next weekend. And of course, here today, the South Range Raider season comes to an end at 15-1. And again, not to take anything away from the South Range Raiders, they had a fantastic season, but not a good night.
No, they just did not play well. And you know what you always say, you're going to have one bad game. You just didn't want it to be this one. So again, Liberty Center looked very good. They were very polished. They looked very good. And, you know, you sometimes just say maybe they wanted it more than you, but that's hard for me to believe when you're knocking at the door to get into the state championship. So I think they're going to lose some seniors, South Range, but, you know, they'll pick it back up next year. And I don't think they'll be not skipped a beat.
Yeah, South Range doesn't rebuild. They just reload. Again, as South Range with a great season. This year, they'll end it at 15-1. Take a look at the scoring recap. It'd be 10-1 of the first quarter. Liberty Center would get in on a Rentz 6-yard touchdown run that would put the Tigers on the board first, and then with 8:17 left in that first quarter, Cam Cauley would return a punt for the second touchdown of the night for the Liberty Center Tigers. They would take a 14-0 lead. South Range looked like they were putting something together as they would get into the end zone. 1:54 left. It would be Aiden Dominguez into the end zone on a 1-yard touchdown run. And then at 10:07 of the second quarter, it would be Smesko on a 49-yard touchdown run for South Range. They would tie it up at 14. After that, it would be all Liberty Center, as it would be Seeley on an 18-yard run, followed by Rentz getting into the end zone for a second time that night on a 40-yard run. And then a play the coach wasn't real happy about there was a fumble, a strip, as Weimer would take that into the end zone for Liberty Center. And then Rentz would get his third touchdown of the night, 3:12 of the third quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, it would be Cruz on a touchdown run. That would set it into a running clock to make it 48-14 in favor of the Liberty Center Tigers. Again, want to thank everybody who's made this season possible, including Mark Means, Dave Clark, everybody that we had help us over there at Cumulus. I mentioned Bill Kelly again, who's been outstanding with this, and we want to thank him. Charlie Conley, who's done just you can't say enough about the faith that they put in us, and of course Ben Slagle, who gets with Dave Ferris, and they make things work. They plug things in, and hope to goodness that those things work. Want to thank our sponsors especially, including Malutic Live, Repair That Glass, the Mahoning Valley Federals, Discount Power Sports, Lena's Pierogi House, and Brian Tolnar with Mill Creek Metro Parks Golf Course. Want to thank, of course, the administration from the South Range Raiders, and of course for Poland Seminary, who Bob and I got to cover all year long, and had a good time with that as well. And a special shout out to our title sponsor, Jesse Caldwell and the Cleveland Cobras. And you can't say enough about Jesse, as he supports everybody. He's really there, steps up when we want to do these productions, and we look forward to the Cobras moving over to the Premier Amateur Football League on May 31st, coming up here in the spring. So football year long here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Again, thank you everybody who has listened in this year, who has really made it fun for us on Friday nights. And I say time and time again, there's no better place to be on a Friday night than at a football game in the Mahoning Valley. And you know what? It's pretty fun working with you, I guess, too.
I just want to, I'm proud that you came to me and said, hey, we could use your studio. We're going to do a radio station there. What do you think? And then I'm honored that you've asked me as many years to help broadcast games with you and be around all the guys that are in the studio. And it's just an honor for me. I'm still pinching myself because I can't believe I'm doing this for all the years that, God rest his soul, my brother Lenny did it. And to just kind of he passed the torch to me, and God bless him. And he's looking down with a big smile saying, I did it better.
Yeah, unfortunately, we lost Lenny Gessler this year, formerly of WKBN 570 over there. You heard him on Friday nights as well with high school football. And unfortunately, we couldn't get him over here for certain reasons because he was enjoying life. He really was. So.
He was. Golfing every day.
And indeed, enjoying life as it was. So, again, thank you, everybody, for making this possible on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. So, for everybody else here at the iMedia One Network, everybody for Sports Radio 1240, WRQX AM 600 and crew, I am Jim Craven. Want to thank you one last time. Hey, Matt, Dave, nice job, and we appreciate it. Again, there's probably not too better in the business than what you do back there. We joke a little bit, but certainly thank you.
A lot of work. We appreciate it.
So for Matt, Dave, Mark, Dave Clark, and the coach, Bob Gessler, I'm Jim Craven. Thanks for joining us here all season long in 2024, and we look forward to having you back here in 2025 for PAFL and high school football. And, of course, you can always hear the Youngstown Phantoms right here on Western Reserve Radio as they compete for another United States Hockey League title. Have a fantastic night and an even better weekend, everybody.
See you next year. Good night, all.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio on westernreserveradio.com.
Sport and about that one race, and I blew it.